attack for this team. So let's take a look at the starters for the Dallas Mavericks. Kristaps Porzingis is out there with Marjanovic. Then there's Doncic. Then it's Josh Richardson. And it's Finney-Smith in at the 3 spot. And for Denver, they've got Nikola Jokic. Michael Porter's out there with Rivers. And there's Gordon. And it's McGee in at the center position. Doncic outside. Shot clock at 6. Over to the wing. Porzingis finds Doncic. Chalk up 2 there. Deep benches tonight, Greg, on both sides. This seems to be a growing trend.
You know, teams are digging deeper than ever before, even getting into the two-way contracts that give you depth past your top 15 guys. One, you're trying to protect the investment in your big-ticket items, your franchise-caliber players, but you got to keep an eye on the future in terms of player development. That's another area where the league has really changed when you look at the makeup of these rosters.
Well said. And so Doncic will bring it up for the Dallas Mavericks. And the dunk by Doncic.
Has the vertical needed to dunk it. Doncic showing off the power and flair that he possesses.
Porter against Doncic. Porter kicks to Jokic. High post try. And it's wide right. Hits off the rim.
D giving him that shot, and that's probably not a good idea, but I guess they knew what they were doing that time.
The playmaking of Jokic, so incredible. Creating this inverted offense. Bones, for your money, does it matter what position your best playmaker occupies?
I don't think so. And Jokic might be the secret sauce to that, and proving that from the center position, much like Arvydas Sabonis and Vlade Divac before him, can impact and also frustrate opposing defenses because you can't stop the center from making these kind of plays.
Now here's Richardson following the miss by Aaron Gordon. And pushing it up. Here's Denver. Gordon's running. Oh, Porter in position. He can't get that one. The Mavericks have gone 2 for 4 from the field so far today. The shot from 20 feet away. And it's in after a nice bounce off the right side.
Well, he keeps the ball so high, Josh Richardson, on the release, the closeout taking no effect.
Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time taking the lid off.
Rivers against Richardson. A nice shot by Rivers.
Aggressive move off the dribble. You could see the confidence growing right now for Austin Rivers.
The Mavericks leading. Doncic passes to Richardson. The shot, no good. And Denver the other way now. Oh, a nice defensive play to disrupt the alley-oop. The 3 for Doncic. The Mavericks keeping it alive. A new 14. Gordon against Porzingis. No one near Doncic as he lets it fly. In the hoop for his 3rd make from the field. He's 3 for 4 thus far in the contest. And first quarter, we're about 3.5 minutes in. And then Rivers with the dunk.
On the attack, 6'4", good verts. Rivers can produce at the rim.
Doncic looking it over. Kicks it to Richardson. Back to Doncic. Over Porter. He hits the back iron and sinks the shot. 9 points for Luka Doncic.
And he's capable of scoring from anywhere, really. Doncic has a strong grasp here of the mid-range.
To the left side wing. McGee inside. Guarded by Marjanovic.
Well, a lot of players in the league are going to make that shot, and for him, it's pretty much automatic. It's a good defensive effort to prevent the layup.
So both teams making some changes here. Here's Doncic. 9 points in the game so far. Hardaway kicks to Doncic. The pass to Porzingis. Porzingis is double. 6 on the shot clock. And it's Doncic missing.
and you don't want to give up that kind of look too often.
Outside for Millsap. Right wing. Jokic inside, working on Cauley Stein.
Yeah, good luck getting a shot over the 7-foot, 6-inch tall wingspan of Kristaps Porzingis.
Oh, how about the finesse there? Nice little gentle touch on the board.
And you know, when you have that gentle touch, those tip-ins are easy to come by. Brunson with a clean look. Dallas again missing. It's been all about Luka Doncic for Dallas. He finishes with 9 points in the quarter. The D is having all sorts of problems with him. And don't go away. We'll be right back. And it's been a pretty even game here after 1 quarter of play. And guys, what's your take so far on the Mavs?
Well, their effort on the defensive end has set the tone for this game.
Defense has been infectious here as everybody stepping up aggressively on that end.
On the court for Dallas here in the second, Dwight Powell is out there with Tim Hardaway Jr. Then there's Burke. Then there's Cauley Stein. And it's Brunson in at the point. Now here's Brunson. He's still scoreless so far in this one.
And Jokic carrying that standard for a superstar big man. For your money, though, Bones, is he the best true center in the game?
I don't think he's a true center in the sense, GA, that you can't really go down to the post and have him create his own offense by scoring the basketball. Of course, he's going to create plays for his teammates. I still think AD holds that title right now.
Here's Burke. Michael Porter making his last shot, and that one's good. Burke. Just over 1 minute has passed here in the second quarter. Now Morris. And he uses the glass on the layup. Morris has got the lead up to 2 now for the Nuggets.
They're finding lanes to the hoop now with consistency. 5 buckets in a row from the paint.
Now here's Burke. Defense right on him. Cauley Stein passes to Powell. And the dunk by Powell.
Very little resistance against that throwdown.
Nope, not what they want to see in a game this close, Greg.
On one side, inspiration. On the other, devastation.
Now here is Morris. He has 5. And a wide open look for Porter. No good on the triple. And so it's Burke who brings up the ball for the Mavericks. Steps back and fires. No good on that one. Denver's gone 1 of 2 on 3-pointers here in the second quarter so far. Morris with the bucket.
Well, we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy bucket in the paint.
The Mavericks have gone 2 of 4 shooting the ball here in the second. Brunson against Morris. Inside, Jokic with the steal. And now the Nuggets, fast break. Bull with it, working on Cauley Stein. Bull can't hit. And the call up against Jokic. That's his first foul. A different look for Denver. Paul Millsap's checked in for Jokic. And it's Shaquille Harrison in for Porter. Then for the Mavericks, Nicolo Melli comes in for Trey Burke. And J.J. Redick is subbed in for Jalen Brunson. For Denver, they've gone 4 of 6 from the field here in the second. Oh, Morris in position. Takes the alley-oop pass and dunks it down. Greg, you and I have talked about how the NBA Finals used to be tape delayed. What's the value of fans getting to see the broadcast live now as opposed to tape delayed as it was back in the 70s?
Isn't that weird to even think that that's the case?
I know it.
You know, I think, Kev, that the fans, they just feel more connected to their favorite teams, the end players. It creates more anxiety, right? Because nowadays there's nothing that can happen that you don't know about it, whether you see it or not. So live sports, especially the NBA Finals, the anticipation, that anxiety that we talked about, man, I'm still a fan to this day in a different way. So I can only imagine when you have a personal vested interest in a team, what that's got to feel like.
Edge of your seat, you're right. And almost 4 minutes gone here in the second quarter of play. Here's Cauley Stein, and Bull pulls it down.
A good board there, Kevin, but overall they're getting slightly out-rebounded.
Pass to Chunchum. To the middle. Double team on Millsap. Passes to Harrison. Here's Chunchum. Off the mark there with the three-point shot.
Well, even though he misses that one, the defense has got to talk about that, and that's a bad miscue, and you can't give.
And here we go, coach's challenge happening right now. This one in regards to the personal foul, seeing if that was the right call.
And this is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Greg, indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replays, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving and how fast the action really is and how hard it can be sometimes, Greg, to make the right call. And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. The double checking, and the game continues on.
I like that, staying alert. Rivers keeping his head up to find the open man.
Mavericks trail by 6. And here is Doncic. He's got 9. Kicks it out to Richardson. A three-pointer off the mark. Nuggets are gone 7 for 10 here in the second quarter. They'd like to keep up that nice pace. Low block shot on the way, and it's Porter getting it to go. And now an 8-point Nugget lead.
And this has been a great job of just getting into the middle of that defense and really scoring effectively from the paint.
Doncic, no good. Here's Rivers, and he got that one up in time, but doesn't go in. And so it's Denver holding on to an 8-point lead heading into the break.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Welcome back to a pretty close game from the Nuggets throughout the first quarter. They kept at it on both ends. And that's a...
And for those of you just tuning in, thanks for being with us. The second half of this game still to play. You look at Monte Morris. He's been really playing well.
Yeah, and through the first 2 quarters, he has been the offense for this team.
Yeah, he's shouldering the load right now and looking really comfortable while he's doing it.
Well, we've got a moment. Let's set the floor. Brought to you by Gatorade, all fueled up for the second half. So on the floor for Denver, Austin Rivers is out there with Michael Porter. And there's Gordon, and it's Nikola Jokic. And it's McGee in at the 5, roaming the paint. Here's Doncic. From 13 feet, it goes down. Doncic has got 11 points.
And with good length and athleticism, Doncic not only gets to the rim, but boy, can he finish.
Pass to McGee. Back to Rivers. And 2 free throws coming up. And now, this will be a coach's challenge. We thought that might happen, triggering a review of the personal foul.
And I think when it comes to some of the more difficult calls to make, personal fouls can be tough. The action is so fast that it's really tough to catch everything in real time.
The wonders of technology, Greg. We've seen replay reviews so effectively, and involving the coaches by being able now to challenge like this is something a lot of people have been hoping for. And the announcement on the review is that the foul was called in error. So they have determined, Greg, to overrule the original call.
And guys, this is what it's all about, getting the call right. And I think in this case, the video review showed that while it was a tough call to make on the floor, they got it right with the review.
Just have to stay down on any kind of pump fake. Once Jokic got him up in the air, he had him.
I'm sure you've got a list, Greg, of players you've visited with over the years who you really enjoy spending some time with and talking to.
I mean, there are so many, Kevin. A couple guys, and there is a little bias as a point guard, but Damian Lillard and Steph Curry and Chris Paul, 3 guys that, I enjoy sitting down and talking shop with. Giannis, witnessing his journey to greatness, all the while he remains humble and really appreciates his position. So several of these guys, I'm also not just an analyst, partner, but a fan, and a big fan of theirs.
You are a fan indeed.
And it was interesting how the Dallas franchise sold its fans on Doncic. Ownership told them, think of a 6'7" Steve Nash. Isn't quite the shooter Steve was, but is only a teenager. Great vision. Boy, he can really pass it. And it turns out Doncic is all of that and more.
And he knocks down the first one. And even Nash himself called Doncic a dream prospect.
Yeah, it said Luka was big and mobile enough in the modern game, can guard multiple positions, has a skill set, a winning mentality, and those leadership qualities. Steve Nash sounding like a future GM.
Porter kicks to Gordon. Floats it up for Jokic.
And what an alley-oop. Those two read each other so well.
It's a play I'm sure they love to run. Now, here's Doncic. 13 points in the game. It's Richardson on the wing. The pass to Marjanovic. Some nice passing here by Dallas. And Doncic, here we go. Gets an open look and hits. Doncic has got 15 points.
My goodness, what a move there to lose the defender. Got him on his heels, and then he made it look easy from there on in.
Porter dishes to McGee. Pass to Jokic. And it's a defensive 3-second violation. The Nuggets shooting their third free throw shot of the game. And the technical free throw is good.
And for a big man, Jokic is more than just a good free throw shooter. He is fantastic.
And the Mavericks with some changes. Tim Hardaway Jr.'s checked in for Dorian Finney-Smith. Redick comes in for Richardson. And it's Jalen Brunson in for Doncic. And that one's good, Jokic.
They're doing work here in the second half. 3 or 4 to start.
Well, we're into the third quarter, just over 2.5 minutes played. Rivers against Brunson. And he drops in the layup off the glass.
He's been accurate tonight. I think the best way for them to succeed is to get him more shots. Sounds simple, but it comes down to execution.
Rivers surveying the D. Passes it to Jokic. And Jokic throws it down.
Jokic is a big center, tough to contain, close to the basket. That's a nice throwdown.
And here's Brunson. He'll bring it up for the Dallas Mavericks. They trail by 11. Redick for 3. Denver grabs the miss.
+8 in the rebound differential. One more reason why they're in control.
Good chance here for Porter. And Aaron Gordon gets the whistle that time. That's his first foul.
Just looks like he's got more feel tonight, like he's really got a good grip on that ball as he's letting it go.
Denver with a platoon swap here on the floor. Then for the Mavericks, Willie Cauley-Stein. He's checked in for Marjanovic. Josh Richardson comes in for J.J. Redick. And Luka Doncic subbed in for Jalen Brunson.
Yeah, the chemistry has been terrific. Really impressed with their offensive execution.
Doncic outside. Cauley-Stein. Good. And the assist goes to Doncic. Cauley-Stein's got his first basket.
Cauley-Stein, you've got to talk mostly about the agility that this young big has, rolling well after the screen.
There's 49 seconds left to play here in the third. And the dunk by Bol.
Oh, and the lead gets bigger on a ridiculous offensive sequence.
That dunk alone would have been spectacular. Never mind it coming at the end of an alley-oop. Right side Hardaway. Offline with his 3. The Nuggets leading by 15. Doncic with the steal. Richardson finds Porzingis, and he commits the intentional foul.
Really no idea why you're fouling in a situation like that. You know, maybe there's some bad blood between those two.
Outside Hardaway. Pass to Doncic. Cauley-Stein with it.
And you watch Bol on the defensive end. Boy, he's got a lot of potential, especially as he adds strength to that frame.
Here's Chunchar. And it's off from three-point range. And so it's the Denver Nuggets. Their lead at 15 going into the break. And their ability to get points in the paint has made all the difference in this one. We'll take a quick break and then back to the action here. And now we have a moment to reveal our State Farm assist of the game.
And I'm glad this was the pick because I love this pass. Such a great dish. That's what I call court vision.
Well, a great job with the eyes. And what separates great playmakers, as we know, is peripheral vision.
And as we head into the fourth, we'll see if there's a comeback in the works or if it's more of the same from the first three quarters. On the floor for Dallas starting the fourth quarter here. We've got Doncic. Burke is out there with Josh Richardson. And there's Porzingis. And it's Finney-Smith in at the 4 spot. Mavericks trail by 17. Brunson with it. To the inside. Powell kicks to Brunson. And good. Got the English that time as it falls.
Yeah, draw the D in, kick it out for the open shot. That's taking a page straight out of your textbook. Well done.
Morris outside to the paint. Here's Bull. Count the bucket coming off a perfectly placed assist. And the Nuggets lead by 17. Dallas shooting 41% for the game. We're just over a minute into this final quarter of play. Brunson, good.
Now that's a high percentage look when the D doesn't fight over the screen.
Yeah, the coach over there just asking for one simple thing, and that's some effort. Got burned on that one.
And the pass to Bull. And the wide open shot from Morris. Off target from outside. Mavericks trail by 15. Burke, the pass to Cauley-Stein. And it's sent back by Millsap.
Well, as soon as the shot was released, Millsap gets off the floor quickly and blocked it.
Morris outside. The dish to Bull. 5 on the clock. Nailed from three-point land.
And you can't forget about Bull's range. After all, big men like him are expected to take the three in today's game.
Here's Brunson. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle and 2 shots coming up. That free throw, no good. Denver with a platoon swap here on the floor. And the Mavericks will go for a different look here. Marjanovic checked in for Willie Cauley-Stein. Porzingis comes in for Dwight Powell. Dorian Finney-Smith's checked in for Hardaway. And Josh Richardson subbed in for Trey Burke. Pass to Jokic. Too long in the paint, and he's hit with a 3-second violation. And so he hits the technical free throw. Doncic is checked in for Jalen Brunson. Just a little under 2.5 minutes have passed now here in the fourth. Jokic, no good. And so it's Porzingis. He'll bring it up for Dallas. It's an 18-point game. Doncic kicks to Porzingis. Offensive rebound. He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
And those second chance points really become almost like bonus points when you can get them.
Denver leading by 16. Now Rivers. There's 1:54 left in the fourth quarter. Passes it to Jokic. And it's good, 2 points.
They're in total command of this game with time starting to run out.
Yeah, looking for a miracle worker out there is the opposing coaching staff. I don't know that they have one. This game seems to be well in hand.
Here's Marjanovic. Excellent D that time there from McGee. Nuggets have gotten 4 of their 6 shots to fall so far here in the fourth. A pretty nice efficiency there. Doncic with the steal. And now the fast break. Doncic with the ball.
And tonight's battle is going to end with a very clear winner, leaving nothing to chance. Impressive win for the Nuggets.
Great, generous ball movement tonight. A thing of beauty.
Yeah, a remarkable team effort. They got everyone involved.
And what a tremendous standout performance it was for Jokic.
Every inch of the floor was his tonight as he came out and injected an energy into every play.
And here's Doncic from the arc. Slides through for his 7th basket in 11 tries.
I like seeing Josh Richardson distribute the ball, especially when his teammates are wide open. That makes for an easy pass.
1:05 left to play in the final quarter. Chanchar, the pass to Bol. Green left side. Denver passing it around. Morris against Richardson. And Bol wide open. He shoots. The Nuggets with another miss. Pass to Finney-Smith. Inside. Now, here's Doncic. Tight defense on him. Great D that time from Green. Lobbed up there for Green.
Impressive job by the players, coaches, and don't discount the impact of these fans.
Awesome to see their output tonight, trying to urge their team on, and that can always help. That home advantage of home fans getting you going, fully on display here.
And an intentional foul right there.
And you can see where they're coming from by fouling to stop the clock, but really they're just kidding themselves.
The shot off that time. Great D that time from Reddick. Here's Brunson. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul.
Oh, the officials are all over that one.
And that one goes in. 2 from the line that time. And so it's Denver taking care of business in this. Thank you, David. Great interview once again. Thank you for joining us. Portland is indeed one of the great cities in the NBA. David, thank you. Now the starting group for the Denver Nuggets.
Here we go.
They've got Nikola Jokic. Rivers out there with Michael Porter. Then it's Aaron Gordon, and it's McGee in at the 5. And for Portland, Robert Covington out there with Nurkic. Then there's Norman Powell. Then it's Damian Lillard, and it's Anthony in at the 3, the small forward. Now, here's Jokic. And he comes up with the deuce. Not many teams have the personnel, Greg, to work the ball through the post, but that's what we're going to see plenty of tonight. These two teams can do it.
No doubt, Kevin. It can really add a dimension to your offense, and it creates different rotations defensively, especially when you've got someone down low that's going to demand a double team. And so I'm interested to see, in essence, some old school basketball in terms of how teams rotate out of that post.
I am too. Here's Lillard. Michael Porter making his last shot. Oh, and that one had the right spin on it, and it is good.
And whether he's creating for himself or spotting up, Lillard's jumper is whizzing.
Rivers surveying the D. Pass to McGee. Got a piece of it, and it goes out of bounds. That one off Covington.
Yeah, gets a finger on it, but just can't quite come up with the steal.
Appreciate the effort, though, making his presence felt defensively.
Here in the first, a little over a minute played so far. Jokic passes to McGee. Count that one.
This is where McGee's coaches and teammates want him to shoot from. They know he can do damage in there with his hops.
Well, there are a few players in the league that can match McGee's athleticism. I mean, his whole career, he's been a class above with his speed and leaping. He'll make the most of it on both ends of the court.
And it's Gordon missing.
And really, despite that miss, they've had a solid start offensively.
Nobody near Lillard. Gets the three-pointer to fall. Lillard's got 5 now.
His three-point shooting is an important part of his game. Lillard has to hit that shot all night if he wants to keep the D honest.
Rivers kicks to McGee. The shot, no good.
Yeah, and that was lining up to be a huge alley-oop, but they just couldn't quite connect.
No, I'm always surprised when it doesn't happen. I'm sure these two will have a good laugh about it later.
Oh, and here comes Rivers all alone. Finished off the break.
And running the break is about being opportunistic. Right there, Rivers doing just this and being rewarded for it.
And see, Webb, you mentioned it with JaVale McGee. His vertical is off the charts.
Oh, yeah, he can get to alley-oops, GA, that nobody else can. The length and bounce he has is jaw-dropping. I mean, the same goes for his shot blocking abilities when he times it up.
And here in the first, approaching 3 minutes played. Now here's Rivers. Outside Porter. Jokic against Covington. And it's Jokic missing.
I don't think the D does good enough here, but something causes the miss.
Porter against Powell. Three-pointer, Lillard, and he's good on the 3-ball. He's got 8.
Shots are just flowing for him right now, having a really strong quarter.
Outside Gordon. And we're approaching about 3.5 minutes played in the first quarter. Covington with the steal. Lillard outside. Back to Covington. He kicks it to Lillard. Clock at 6. He wants to get it to Nurkic and does. Portland needs to get off a shot. The pass to Jokic, pulls it from 20, and he gets the friendly spin, and that one drops.
There is the unselfishness that coaches love so much. Rivers doing a great job getting it to the open man.
51 seconds left to play in the first quarter. Nurkic dishes to Lillard. Outside Anthony. Lillard looking around. Jokic grabs the miss.
Oh, he did everything right there except hit the shot.
And now we've got the intentional foul.
Really no idea why you're fouling in a situation like that. You know, maybe there's some bad blood between those two.
So Portland ends up going with the new group. The Nuggets also changing it up. Paul Millsap is checked in for JaVale McGee. And it's Shaquille Harrison in for Austin Rivers.
And the one-hand slam just looks so pretty when it's in his hand and he's the one doing the slam.
Agreed. He is smooth as silk, even on a power finish. McCollum against Porter. Stolen by Gordon. And now Porter pushing it up. No one back to stop him. Good on the bucket.
A high-level athlete with great run and jump ability. Porter finishes well in transition.
A three from McCollum, and the last shot at the buzzer doesn't go in for him. And that does it for the first quarter. Nuggets ahead, up by 4. And the second quarter about to get started. We'll be back in just a moment. And hope you've enjoyed the broadcast so far. Halfway through the first half in this one. What do you guys think about the Nuggets out here in this one?
Well, in that first quarter, they were intent on just pounding the ball down low.
Old school approach. I mean, if you have a favorable matchup inside, just keep pounding it in there.
Enes Kanter is out there with Derek Jones. Then it's Little. Then there's Norman Powell. And it's Simons in at the 1. They're the group the Portland Trailblazers will start the second quarter with.
This is the kind of ball movement they want to get from Kanter. Scan the floor, and when you spot the open man, get it to him.
Morris right side. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line. Flattening the lottery odds, Greg. Do you think that's worked out as intended?
You don't hear as many predictions about who's going to get the 1 pick or the 2nd pick. I think that's good for the players and the fans. You don't want anyone rooting for you to lose.
No, absolutely not. Catching up on the changes for Portland. Harry Giles comes in for Little. And it's C.J. McCollum in for Norman Powell. Now here's McCollum. Just 5 on the clock. Kanter. And Kanter throws it down.
Yeah, Kanter moves so well with his team. Fluid motion gets him free for the shot.
Morris looking over the floor. Pass to Bull. Shoots from 8. Count the basket.
Yeah, inside, Bull does a great job just making subtle adjustments and utilizing that length.
McCollum outside. Kanter, the pass to McCollum. Here's Simons. Passes it to Giles. Rebound by the Nuggets.
For a player who's almost a sure thing to score in tight, that one's a stunner.
Here's Harrison. He's guarded by McCollum. Loads it up for Millsap. Trying to go for an alley-oop, but excellent defense and anticipation there to stop it. And we have an intentional foul there, G.A. Wish I could say why.
That one's pretty strange. I mean, no idea what got into his head right there.
Here's Simons. He's gotten some minutes, but nothing on the board yet. Jones, the pass to Simons. And that comes off the assist by Jones.
Oh, that's a well-deserved assist. Not every player has the vision to make that feed.
Quarter 2 and just under 2.5 minutes gone by. And that's an intentional foul. So Portland ends up going with the new group. Trailblazers have gone 3 of their first 5 shots to drop here in the second quarter. Lillard, the pass to Powell. Lillard attacking. Can't tie it up as that one's no good. Denver in the lead.
Well, you look at the career that Dame Lillard has had so far. Taken 6th in the 2012 draft out of Weber State, a small school, but this guy became a franchise player immediately for the Blazers.
They get a hand on it and out of bounds as the Nuggets gain possession.
A flat-out loss of concentration. That kind of turnover will drive a coach crazy.
The Trailblazers making a switch here. Little's checked in. And thinking of Lillard, the numbers over his career are incredible.
And Lillard found his strength as a shooter, and boy, did he exploit it. He's been averaging 20 points per game almost his entire career, and he's kept adding to his game as one of the elite players in our league. That's the kind of D you need when he's got the ball near the hoop. They were all over him.
Lillard dishes to Carmelo, and he hits it to tie the game up. Anthony's got his first points in this one.
And they're passing the ball very crisply here.
Morris kicks to Harrison. Right side, Millsap. Tries from 16. Powell pulls it in. The Trailblazers have gone 4 of 8 so far here in the second quarter. Lillard, the pass to Powell. A miss that time. Would have put him up.
When the defense forgets about him on the perimeter, they're playing with fire. Lucky they don't get burned here.
And that one's good. Millsap.
And they keep hammering away at him inside, forcing the ball into the paint.
Morris against Lillard. 43 seconds left to play in the first half. The jump shot from the baseline is right on target.
Lillard is a highly skilled scorer. He feels comfortable pulling the trigger from anywhere.
Morris outside. Two free throws coming up, and here we go with the coach's challenge. Not surprised in a competitive game like this. And he's disputing the personal foul call.
And I think when it comes to some of the more difficult calls to make, personal fouls can be tough. The action is so fast that it's really tough to catch everything in real time.
The wonders of technology, Greg. We've seen replay reviews so effectively, and involving the coaches by being able now to challenge like this is something a lot of people have been hoping for. And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, you know, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. The double checking, and the game continues on.
Now, here's Cantor. Pass to Simons. Back to Cantor from 11 feet away.
Oh, this is McGee's role. He's out here to defend and to stifle shooters whenever he can.
Porter, no luck. And some good action through the first 2 quarters.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello again, folks. A pretty close game for the Nuggets throughout the first quarter. They had a 4-point advantage at the end of the period. And
we've got second half action for you, and if the next couple quarters are similar to the first, this one could go down to the last possession. You have to like what we've seen so far from Damian Lillard.
Man, how about the amount he's contributing in the scoring column through 2 quarters? He has been terrific.
This game has his fingerprints all over it. Now looking to replicate what he did in the first half.
All fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineups courtesy of Gatorade for the second half of basketball. So out there for the Nuggets right now, Rivers out there with Porter. And it's Nikola Jokic. And there's JaVale McGee. And it's Gordon in at the 3 spot.
And last season, Lillard doing more playmaking than prior years, a career high in assists.
Well, we all know that Dame can score whenever he wants to. This team is better when he's setting others up. Lillard knows that. I expect him to continue to spread the ball around.
Lillard against Rivers. Now here's Lillard. He's covered closely. Covington finds Lillard. And too much time in the lane. They get called for the 3-second violation.
And those are the kinds of mistakes that are magnified when we're talking about a game down the stretch.
And that was another look at the aggressive D that led to the Mobile 1 block.
And you can see the mindset he has. When the game's this close, he's going to bring it at that end of the floor.
Now, here's Jokic. 6 points for him. Shot left block. He goes up again. And the layup good by McGee. McGee's got 6 points.
They are just killing him on the interior.
Time called here. The Blazers decide to talk it over. As the teams head into this timeout, a chance for the coaches now to map out some plays for the next few minutes and a chance for the players to rehydrate with some Gatorade. That's important if they want to make sure they don't wear down later in the game.
Absolutely. Over the course of a game, you have to stay hydrated.
Enes Kanter's checked in for Robert Covington. Good on that shot, and with that, the Nugget lead is cut down now to just 2 on the basket from Lillard. Third quarter here, over a minute and a half into it. Morris against Lillard. There's the pass to Harrison. Millsap trying to get open. The shot by Harrison, no good. A tight game here in Portland. Cantor kicks to Anthony. Lays it up off the glass. Greg, you were a feared ball hawk in your playing days, and I know you see similar players playing today.
No doubt about that, Kev. You know, Ben Simmons, a player 6'10" with those hands. He's incredible to watch on that. And how about Fred VanVleet, though? He's a guy, they say he's 6'1". I don't know. But he gets into you and competes, man. And that's the beauty of our game. You know, you can be as big as the trees and have a major impact, or you can be one of those little fellas, as they like to call us, and be equally as effective on the floor.
Like the Chris Pauls, the Patrick Beverleys, there are a lot of those guys that play the ball like you did so well. Yeah, right. Great players. Morris dishes to Millsap. Pass to Chuncho. Kicks the ball. Shoots over Nurkic. Goal, that's good. And the Nuggets lead by 2.
And you see defenses trying to be physical with ball. That time, contact on the shot had no effect.
Out to Anthony. 1:46 left here in the third quarter. Now Powell. He's been patient so far. Nothing on the scoreboard yet. And there's the shot clock violation. Couldn't get the shot off in time. An almost entirely new group here for Portland. Giles checked in for Nurkic. Derek Jones comes in for Anthony. McCollum's checked in for Norman Powell. And it's Simons in for Lillard. Now here's Rivers. He's looking for Gordon and finds him.
And there's no question that Gordon is a talented player. And it's clear he wants to be a star in this league.
It's his first trip to the line.
You know, this is not an area where they expect him to contribute. You know, he's a guy that shot below 70% last season.
In the third quarter with just over 3.5 minutes off the clock. Simons surveying the D. Cantor, the pass to Simons. Portland moving the ball around. And there's the feed to Cantor. Just 5 to shoot. Here's Jones. It's hauled in by Jokic. And so it's Jokic with the ball. He brings it up for the Denver Nuggets. They lead by 4. It's good.
But when Porter is attacking, the defense is in trouble. Have to respect his ability to put it on the floor.
Here's Simons. Michael Porter making his last shot. Giles kicks to McCollum. Launches a 3. That one goes in.
He's an excellent penetrator. I mean, as soon as McCollum sees a lane, he's all over.
The Nuggets leading by 4. Rivers passes to Jokic, and that one, good. Jokic has got 8.
And, guys, the D has to show a little more fight on the interior than they did on that trip.
Just 2 seconds between shot clock and game clock. Here's Simons. He's guarded by Rivers. And here's the fast break. Jokic leading the way. And it goes down 2 points. And now an 8-point Nugget lead.
Sometimes he seems to be indestructible with the finishes he can make. Jokic is a force down low.
And so it's Denver holding on to an 8-point lead heading into the break. They're shooting the ball so well in this one. A great performance from the field. We've got more in store for you right after this. And a worthy candidate tonight as we take a look at our State Farm assist of the game.
And the winner today, the big fella here with the sweetest of dimes. What a plus it is to have a post player who's got this ability to find.
makes it a tough play to defend because you also have to guard against him taking it himself.
And with 3 quarters behind us, let's see what this 4th period holds in store for us. All right, let's catch up with our sideline reporter, David Aldridge.
Hey, guys, well, Mike Malone talked to his team during that last time out. His demeanor was not one of a coach whose team was well ahead. He said this is the time to turn up the heat, make one final push, and try to close out strong. Let's see if they were listening, guys.
Powell is out there with Damian Lillard. Then there's Yusuf Nurkic. Then it's Enes Kanter. And it's Anthony in at the 3. That's the group on the floor for Portland. And that one, good.
Unwilling to let up, even for a moment. That's his killer instinct, just fanning the flames.
Oh, yeah, and that's what you love about him. He shows no mercy, even with a comfortable lead.
Here's Nurkic. And it's Denver with the rebound. Jokic has got 4 rebounds in this game. Lob pass to Gordon. An emphatic alley-oop jam.
Out of nowhere, Gordon just soaring in there, and that athleticism carries him straight to the hoop.
Just over a minute played here in the 4th. Nurkic kicks to Kanter. Anthony down low. Jokic defending.
The finish was nice, but the setup was better.
Yeah, G.A., the pick working to full effect before the stuff.
Yeah, coach is definitely pleased. That's the execution he loves to see.
Outside Gordon. Nurkic against McGee. 6 to shoot. The kick out to Porter. Always going up for the alley-oop here. And the shot clock expires. 24-second violation. McCollum's checked in for Powell. And Denver with a change here, too. Paul Millsap's checked in for Nikola Jokic. Trailblazers trail by 10. Lillard with it. From deep three-point range. Portland no good that time either.
He missed that one, but I've seen him drill shots from that distance in warm-up.
Yeah, and I have too, which is why they're okay with it. I'm sure if he gets that kind of look again, he's going to let it fly again.
Lillard against Rivers. Goes back up. Nurkic dishes to Lillard. They get it back. No good that time. The Nuggets leading by 12, and so they foul intentionally. Denver making a switch here. Jokic is checked in. 4th quarter of play, and we're about 2.5 minutes through it right now. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Damian Lillard. That's his first foul. A different look now for Portland. Giles checked in for Yusuf Nurkic. Robert Covington comes in for Enes Kanter. And it's Powell in for Anthony.
Yeah, and that was lining up to be a huge alley-oop, but they just couldn't quite connect.
So I'm always surprised when it doesn't happen. I'm sure these two will have a good laugh about it later. You can learn a lot by watching him operate on that offense.
And here is Morris, following the 3-pointer by C.J. McCollum. Morris against Lillard. The dive for the ball. And out of bounds as the Trailblazers gain possession. Trailblazers trail by 9. 1:58 left to play here in the 4th. And the basket is good, and he's got a chance here for one more at the line.
Look at the energy Lillard plays with. He doesn't give in to the defense. He's superb at scoring despite the defense.
Time call here. The Nuggets decide to talk it over. They're ahead by 6. 1:50 left in the 4th quarter. Now, let's present our New Balance Player of the Game, Nikola Jokic.
And he's just been crushing it from the field tonight, Kevin. Whether it's been on open looks or with the guy draped all over him, he just hadn't missed much. With his percentage in the sky-high range, they've had no choice but to make him their #1 option on every trip.
First free throw is good, and that brings them within 5.
One of my favorite trash talkers in the NBA, Cantor, never really shies away from taking jabs at opponents. And I think his teammates like that. Wrong guy to put on the line in the close game. You know he's not going to miss.
Now here's Rivers. Pass to Port. Trying to find Jokic. Gets it to him. No good again that time. Portland's gone 1 of 2 from three-point range here in the 4th. Cantor, the pass to McCollum. He kicks it to Powell. Pass to Lillard. 5 to shoot over Rivers. And it's Lillard missing. Denver leading by 4. And it's McGee penetrating. And again, Denver no good. The Blazers on offense. They're on a 10-2 run here to the right side. Gordon against Lillard. McCollum left side, and it's good for 2.
And you can't get a bigger bucket than that.
That's why they put the ball in his hand. They know they can count on him to make crucial shots.
Now here's Rivers. 23 seconds left in the 4th quarter. Porter with it. Lillard picks him up. Porter kicks to Rivers. Floats it up for Jokic. Up high to stuff the alley-oop.
Relentless in their approach, even with the game firmly in hand.
This is no let-up. You know, this is the kind of hard-nosed competitiveness that wins games.
And it's Norman Powell with the foul. That is his first foul of the game.
Had to foul, and on that occasion to stop the clock. That's the enemy in this situation.
Here's Rivers. No good. And so it's Denver who comes out on top here. This was a hard... All right, David, thank you. And that'll do it, folks.
for the land of the...
Welcome, everyone. Thanks for tuning in to DA.
Well, guys,
You've certainly come a long way, DA. Thanks. Let's take a look at our starters for Portland. The high-powered backcourt pair, Lillard and McCollum. Norman Powell is out there with Nurkic, and it's Cantor in at the 5 spot. And for the Mavericks, we've got Doncic. Marjanovic is out there with Porzingis. Then there's Richardson, and it's Finney-Smith in at the 3. Lillard from deep three-point land, and Cantor able to finish.
Elite offensive rebounder from the moment he stepped between the lines. Enes Kanter, that is a strength of his game.
Lillard against Doncic. And the layup's good off the glass. Tonight, Greg, two teams with a lot of history that know each other very, very well.
And sometimes familiarity breeds contempt.
Yeah.
And that goes for the players, coaches, and fans. This one might get heated.
I'm sure you felt that way many times when you play.
Almost every time I took the floor.
Good.
You literally want to dislike your opponent.
Here's Doncic after Enes Kanter's basket. Doncic outside. Pass to Finney-Smith. 4 on the shot clock. Misses the 3. Kanter with it. He's picked up by Doncic. It's McCollum on the wing. Back to Nurkic. Porzingis with the rebound.
Boy, in that close, he's almost automatic. Boy, that's pretty good defense. Wow.
Marjanovic, no good. For Portland, they've gone 2 for 4 from the field so far today. And a wide open look for McCollum. No good from outside. The Mavericks have gone 1 of 3 from the field to start this one so far. Richardson kicks to Finney-Smith. Puts up a 3. And it's Portland with the rebound. And here's Kanter. Nice fake, but the layup off the mark. Here's Richardson. That one doesn't go. And the Trailblazers going the other way. Cullen passes to Nurkic. Now Powell. It's deflected. It's McCollum on the wing. Richardson cover. McCollum dishes to Kanter. Nice D from Porzingis. Dallas has gone 0 of 2 from deep here. Here's Richardson. He's now 1 for 2 with that bucket.
You know, there's an unselfishness to Luka Doncic, and a pretty pass right there.
Now coming into the league with immense potential, Porzingis has already fulfilled much of it, already an all-star. But you know, Greg, there are still areas he's working on.
Yeah, he's definitely getting stronger and more physical. You'd like to see him make the next pass a little more often when a teammate has a better shot. But if he can just stay healthy, boy, the sky's the limit on what he can accomplish.
And the basket by McCollum.
I don't think the range surprises anyone anymore. CJ can shoot the lights out from any position.
Now, here's Doncic. Count that bucket.
I tell you what, you better watch out, fellas. He is on fire here today.
Lillard outside. Teardrop shot. Nurkic kicks to Lillard. And the Trailblazers, another 3.
And part of what makes Dame special, he can pour it in working off the ball. Rare to see a point guard who finds points without the rock in their hands.
Now here's Porzingis. He's been quiet so far. Still no points in the game. To the inside. Richardson, no luck. Trailblazers leading by 4. Kanter, the pass to Lillard. It's McCollum on the wing. Back to Lillard. From downtown. The Trailblazers rebound. Nurkic finds Lillard. And the shot goes down.
No excuse giving Lillard that kind of positioning. That's just too easy.
Doncic with it. Out to the right wing. Here's Marjanovic, and Cantor pulls it down. Cantor's got 4 rebounds in this game. 6-second difference between shot and game clock. And here's McCollum for 3. Cans it from downtown. McCollum's got 6.
And it just seems that every pass they make is leading to a score. Just great ball movement.
Nurkic with the block.
And already they've staked out a noticeable advantage in terms of aggression and controlling the backboard.
Back to McCollum. Lillard outside. From deep.
Well, this is the kind of effort you want to see from Luka Doncic. We know how good he is offensively. Right there playing solid D.
And so it's the Portland Trail Blazers. Ahead by 9 as the quarter comes to a...
I think it comes from being in a big...
And that's the kind of support, Greg, he gives his teammates on and off the floor.
And, you know, guys naturally trust him. They believe in him, and he typically comes through when they need him.
And so far through one quarter, it's been a lopsided game. We'll see if that changes here in the second. And taking a look at the Trail Blazers' performance, what do you think they're doing or not doing?
They set a physical tone in the first, and that really showed on the backboard.
I think it's why they hold the lead here early, because they're controlling the flow of the game with those second chance opportunities.
Tim Hardaway Jr. out there with Jalen Brunson. Then there's Maxi Kleber. Then there's Cauley Stein, and it's Powell in at the 5. So that's who Dallas starts the second with. And good on the second, so he makes them both. And Simons has got the ball here for the Portland Trail Blazers. And keeping us updated from the sideline, let's swing it over to David Aldridge.
Hey, Kevin, the Mavericks have their young star tandem in Luka Doncic and Kristaps Porzingis. KP said, "We can be a pretty deadly duo. It's only going to be a matter of time. Once we get that two-man game going, it's going to be hard to stop." Guys, it's already hard to stop. Back to you.
A team on the rise, David. Thank you so much. Quarter number 2 with just over a minute gone. Now here's Brunson. He's guarded closely. Trailblazers leading by 9. The pass to Simons. Anthony against Hardaway. Anthony kicks to Covington. Off target there. That would have pushed the lead to double digits. Left side Hardaway. And Cauley Stein throws it down.
You just throw it up there. Trill Will's going to take care of the rest.
The Trailblazers have gone 1 of 3 to start out the second quarter. Quarter number 2, we're about 2 minutes in. Simons, the pass to Hollis Jefferson. Hardaway against Anthony. Over Hardaway. Misses off the left iron.
The fadeaway, not a terrible idea, but he needs to make the game easier on himself. He's overcomplicating things.
Brunson, good.
Unselfishness can be infectious. Terrific teamwork.
Simons, the pass to Giles. Here in the second quarter, we've played a little over 2.5 minutes now. Portland again missing.
And they had some botched coverage that turned into no coverage.
Back to Hardaway. To the middle. Here's Powell. Nice move. Hollis Jefferson with the rebound.
Boy, that's one he wishes he could have back, especially against soft defense.
And born and raised in Toronto, Powell is part of a growing legion of NBA players who hail from up north.
We the North. How about upon arriving in Dallas, he became the 5th Canadian to suit up just for the Dallas Mavs organization alone. So college and NBA scouts spending more time there now. What a beautiful country with plenty of basketball talent.
Here's Anthony after the basket by Willie Cauley-Stein. Anthony against Hardaway. Got a piece of it.
Powell is exceptional at timing for blocks, rises up and sends it back.
You're not sure what that was about. I mean, talk about a brain cramp.
Catching up on the changes for Dallas. J.J. Redick's checked in for Maxi Kleba. And Trey Burke subbed in for Jalen Brunson. That ties the game. Redick's got his first 3 points of the game.
Wow, you don't see him left alone very often. And, of course, he makes good use of it.
Now, here's Lillard. Burke covering. Poke loose. Pass to Cauley-Stein. Shoots over Powell. And Cauley-Stein with the basket on the assist by Burke. Cauley-Stein's got the lead up to 2 now for the Mavs. Lillard outside. Trying to end the drought. Mavericks with the rebound. Cauley-Stein's got his 4th rebound in this one. Hardaway from outside. He can't hit that time. And it's Portland the other way. And, oh, here we go. Lillard's got it, the fast break chance. And the dunk by Powell.
You know, often we think of Dame as a scorer first, but they're reminding us of his great ability to pass the rock.
Now, here's Burke. No points in the game yet for him. Now, here's Lillard. From deep three-point range, Burke grabs the miss.
And when you are as good a shooter as he is, you have to have the confidence to take that shot. It might not always fall.
And for most guys, I think you only want to take that shot if you've hit a few in a row.
Thank you, David. And we'll be back for the 3rd quarter of action following halftime.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey again, everybody. The first quarter didn't play out the way Dallas had hoped. They had poor efficiency and shot selection. And
if you're just joining us, we've played through the first half in a game that's been fairly even so far. Without question, Willie Cauley-Stein displaying his skills tonight.
You just love the patience in that first half. Waited until he got the look he wanted.
You know, as a coach, you can preach good shot selection, but it's up to...
And folks, the coach's challenge has been initiated for a personal foul. Close game like this, and he thought it wasn't a good call.
And this is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Greg, indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replays, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving at, and how fast the action really is, and how hard it can be sometimes, you know, Greg, to make the right call. And the announcement on the review is that the foul was called in error. So they have determined, Greg, to overrule the original call.
And guys, this is what it's all about, getting the call right. And I think in this case, the video review showed that while it was a tough call to make on the floor, they got it right with the review.
Cantor dishes to Lillard. Now Powell. And he makes good on the layup.
This is Powell at his best. In attack mode, he is hard to stop.
And so it's Doncic with it. He brings it up for the Mavericks. It's a one-point game. Passes to Finney-Smith for 3. That shot missing. And the Trailblazers going the other way. 2-on-1 as they jump out on the break. Nurkic kicks to Cantor. Now here's Powell. He's tightly guarded. 6 on the shot clock, and stolen by Richardson. Here's Doncic, and the dunk by Doncic.
I'll tell you this, Luka Doncic will never turn down an opportunity to finish at the rim. He's elite and loves those opportunities.
And Greg, Josh Richardson's a terrific ball handler out on the wing who can create for others.
Richardson gets a lot of assists per game at that wing position, not just looking to finish plays, but also to create for others. Very well-rounded threat on the offensive end, and that gives this team another dimension in terms of playmaking. Love the determination he showed there, getting himself into good position under the glass.
With the presence of mind to know just where the rebound was going to come down. Well timed. Pass to Lillard. For the lead. Richardson against McCollum. Poked away. Richardson attacking. And it's Richardson slamming it down.
That's a stomach punch, guys. Turn it over and give him a free run to the bucket.
Oh, you're so right. No question who has the momentum now.
It's still close, though. These teams have been neck and neck. Let's see the response here.
Lillard, the pass to Nurkic. And it's good. Assisting on the play was Lillard. Lillard's got 3 assists in the game. Doncic against Lillard. Now the pass to Marjanovic. Played in with a nice touch off the glass.
That's the kind of aggressive and assertive play they need as we get closer and closer to crunch time.
There's a minute 34 left to play in the third. And Lillard gets it to go.
That's one of the reasons Lillard is out there. He gives you that deep threat.
Lillard against Doncic. Pass to Porzingis. Down low, Marjanovic. And he takes it in for the layup off a very nice feed. Marjanovic has got 6 here in this quarter. And now they decide to foul intentionally. And it's a completely new group on the floor for the Mavericks. For the Trailblazers. 1:09 left in the third quarter. Here's Simons. Still getting warmed up offensively. No scoring yet from him. Anthony finds Hollis Jefferson. Outside Covington. Clock at 6. Passes it to Simons. Here's Giles. And they force the shot clock violation. Great D.
Boy, not on the same page there. And in a possession ball game, that's a big mistake.
To the left wing. Brunson with a clean look. The putback. Great positioning on the putback. And now a 4-point Maverick lead.
Man, have they been effective at getting the ball inside.
Simons surveying the D. Pass to Hollis Jefferson. Here's Simons. And here's Covington. And it's Simons missing. 16 seconds left to play in the third. Hardaway with a wide open look. No good on the 3. Here's Anthony. Banked in off the glass. Anthony's got his second bucket of the game to go.
Well, that's about court awareness. Hollis Jefferson playing very well within the confines of this offense.
3 quarters of play in a close game here. It's Dallas up 2. And we'll get going after this from the American Airlines Center. And now let's go back to a play from earlier as we show you our State Farm assist of the game.
And he sliced the D wide open with this feed. They had no chance to prevent that basket.
Well, that's what a great pass will do, right? You love the unselfish play.
And with these teams locked in a very close contest, this fourth quarter promises to be a good one. Tim Hardaway Jr. out there with Porzingis. Then there's Burke. Then there's J.J. Redick. And it's Brunson in at the 1. That's the lineup in the game for Dallas. Simons, the pass to Giles. The Mavericks pull it in. Brunson with it. It's tipped. And that's out of bounds. Dallas will retain possession.
Great instincts from him to get a hand on that pass and tip it out.
And offensively, a little bit of a careless toss. You could have used a better angle on that pass.
And Cauley Stein throws it down.
Cauley Stein, a tremendous athlete and a dynamic finisher.
Simons, the pass to Giles. And stolen by Cauley Stein. And they go to the intentional foul. Now here's Brunson. Guarded closely. Lays it up and banks it in. Brunson's got the lead up to 6 now for the Mavs.
They're doing a really good job of getting the ball inside and attacking the paint. That's an area they have completely dominated.
Kicks it out to Covington. The pass to Giles. Shot clock at 6. That one, no good. And now they decide to foul intentionally. Mavericks leading by 6. Pass to Hardaway. About a minute and a half through the 4th quarter now. It's stolen.
Oh, that's a tough pass to make there. He had a very narrow gap to squeeze it through and just couldn't get it done.
And staying with the play, Anthony.
And they're showing much more focus here in the second half. More effort as well. And their offense starting to show signs of life.
So Portland ends up going with the new group. Doncic against Lillard. Charity stripe shot. A second chance effort. Marjanovic kicks to Porzingis. Finds himself wide open and drills it. Porzingis has got his first bucket in this one.
Hard to imagine them losing this game if they can keep shooting like that.
Lillard way outside. It's hauled in by Richardson. And so Doncic will bring it up for the Dallas Mavericks. Porzingis finds Marjanovic. Here's Finney-Smith. And he commits the intentional foul. Here's Porzingis. And they call the foul, so a chance at the line for one more coming up.
Guys, how about that body control from Porzingis? You think it's easy as 7'3" to gut your way through that kind of contact? That's nice.
Trailblazers trail by 9. Lillard outside. It's hauled in by Porzingis. Porzingis has got his 6th rebound on the night. Doncic feeling it out. And he lobs it up toward the rim. Greg, I know you've played for some great coaches in your day. What is it that separates the truly elite coaches, in your opinion, from just coaches that are pretty good?
I think the one attribute that's most important for a great coach is consistency. And I've said this, you can coach a lot of different ways, you can win a lot of different ways, but you've got to be sincere and true to your principles and your philosophy. And those are the coaches, and I've had them that have done it different ways, but they've been the most successful. And listen, you've also at the professional level, you've got to have a presence about you. You got to have some charisma out there as well to get these men to buy in.
No one near Doncic as he lets it fly. That one off the back iron and out. And here's McCollum for 3. Hits the three-point bomb.
Their ability, again, to stretch the floor, particularly in this second half.
And guys, boy, when you're hitting, it sure does work. It obviously opens up major options at the offensive end.
Takes the 13-footer. That's good. Basket number 5 on a 5-for-8 night shooting.
We know this. Doncic is an aggressive, thirsty scorer. If you allow airspace, even in the mid-range, he's going to make you pay. He needs to drive to the rim. The shot just not going.
And he makes the bucket, gets the whistle, and now a 3-point play chance here for him.
And it looks like just playing the last bit of this one out in what should be a nice win here for Dallas.
You know, their big advantage was points in the paint.
And they found a way to pound the ball inside. And that was working all game long.
And guys, one of the steady and outstanding players putting in another impressive performance. It was a big-time outing for Luka Doncic.
This guy putting on a passing clinic. If you want to know how to run an offense, roll back the tape from this evening.
Richardson outside. Back to Doncic. Passes it to Porzingis. Makes it off the glass. Porzingis has got the lead up to 12 now for Dallas.
Making every effort to put this game on ice.
Well, just terrific teamwork. Each guy doing his part. You love what you're seeing from them tonight.
And they can just dribble the ball until the buzzer.
Yeah, they got to be happy with the outcome.
3-second difference between shot clock and game clock. Here's Porzingis. Good. And the assist goes to Doncic. And the Mavericks lead by 11.
They made the most of their opportunities, looking comfortable and locked in throughout the night.
What an impressive performance, to say the least. At this point, it looks insurmountable.
So no problem for Dallas as they get the win. David, thank you as always. And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our broadcast.
2K Sports welcomes you to the following presentation of the NBA.
Their fans are ready, and if this shot from earlier is any...
Hey, Kevin,
it might indeed, David. Well said. Thank you for that report. Missing some depth tonight, but the starting lineup is intact for this team. Now let's take a look at Denver's opening lineup. They've got Michael Porter. Jokic is out there with Aaron Gordon, and there's JaVale McGee. And it's Rivers in at the 1. And for the Mavericks, they've got Porzingis. Doncic out there with Josh Richardson. Then there's Marjanovic, and it's Finney-Smith in at the 3 spot. Well, this seems to be a game that could be very tactical, Greg. Both teams relying on execution in the half court.
And, Kevin, you're going to see a lot of ball movement and body movement, and you can't just stand around and watch one guy go to work. I think that puts so much pressure on the defense with how the game is played.
And an emphasis on coaching, too.
Yes.
Clock at 4. And they'll turn it over. Could not get off a shot. 24-second violation. Maxi Kleber, he's checked in for Dorian Finney-Smith. Here's Dallas. It's a 3-point game. Now, here's Doncic. We're about 1 minute into the first. Unable to get that one. And so it's Jokic with the ball. He brings it up for the Denver Nuggets. Stolen away. Nice job to interrupt the alley-oop attempt there. And here's the fast break. Richardson leading the way. Here's Doncic. The putback controls the rebound and puts it back up and in.
You know, fellas, I like the aggressiveness Porzingis is showing on the glass. I mean, getting good positioning and using that big body when shots go up. That's why he's boarding it well.
Now here's Rivers. And he lays it straight in.
And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
Well, this early, they should be showing a lot more energy on defense. It's not there.
Here's Porzingis. And it's Doncic. That time on the assist by Porzingis. Doncic has got 5.
Excellent court awareness from the big man there. Porzingis proven to be a reliable passer.
Rivers gets a wide open look. And a miss there on the triple. And the call up against Jokic. That is his first foul of the game. For Dallas, they've gone 3 of 5 shooting the ball so far.
And I remember when Doncic was first asked, who is your favorite player? And boy, he did not hesitate. LeBron James.
Hey, Greg, for guys of his generation, that would be the answer for 80 to 90% of them, and with good reason. How about these quotes from Doncic? He said, if I dunk on LeBron, I can retire. But I like this one a little better. He said, LeBron can play in a lot of different positions. I can too. But for me to be like LeBron, I have to work much harder. That's a guy who knows his stuff.
And it's McGee slamming it down.
I think McGee's been working on that one. I mean, you don't just come up with that off the top of your head, boy. You got to think that one through.
Doncic outside. And Dallas again with the bucket.
I love his shot selection today. He set the bar for the rest of the team.
Porter with it. Pass to Jokic. There's the 3. It's hauled in by Richardson.
And on an open look like that, he's very gifted at making the weak coverage pay.
Doncic kicks to Richardson. 1:29 left to play here in the first. 6 to shoot. Stolen by McGee. Here's Gordon. And it's Gordon with the finish.
Yeah, we saw this on display in the slam dunk contest. Gordon has some major bunnies, a creative slam dunk artist.
Now, here's Doncic. He's got 9. To the inside, Marjanovic. And, yep, that's going to be a flagrant foul. Unnecessary contact.
And, Kevin, that's a pretty dangerous play right there. I mean, I don't like to see a player put an opponent in harm's way, as much as you just saw him do there. Glad they pinned a flagrant on him.
Yeah, you're right, Greg. The officials were all over it. They weren't going to let him off the hook that time. And Dallas going with a whole new group out there. Big group substitution here for Denver. .54 seconds left in the first quarter of the game. Powell finds Hardaway. From downtown. And it's Denver with the rebound.
Boy, I'm absolutely shocked he didn't get that one to go. Usually he's money from deep.
To the middle. Hardaway with the steal. Here we go, one-on-one. Paulie Stein's shot is good.
They've wasted no time settling into their offense.
Yeah, they're lasered in. I mean, really making the most of their possession.
About 3 seconds between shot and gameplay. Gordon against Brunson. And here is Hardaway. Launches a three. Sinks the three-pointer.
Displaying intensity right off the opening tip, especially on the offensive end.
Tell you what, forget about easing into the game. They came out with guns blazing.
And it's going to be out of bounds. The Nuggets will retain possession. For three, Millsap. And no luck with that time on the buzzer beater. And a double-digit lead on the scoreboard as we end the first quarter of play. Mavericks lead by 12. Stay with us as we get set to bring you the second quarter right after this. And welcome back to the second quarter of action. Plenty of basketball left to play, but this one has been one-sided so far. And a breakdown here, guys. The hustle stats for Dallas.
Well, I think the defensive aggressiveness on display here has caught them off guard. Playing airtight defense and coming up with the steals.
And also, they're jumping on a lot of turnovers, making sure they turn them into points at the other end.
And now, brought to you by Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset our lineups. So out there for the Nuggets right now, Jermichael Green is out there with Paul Millsap. Then it's Michael Porter, and it's Harrison in at the 2.
You know, as a youth player, Porter's talent was undeniable. Unquestionable, really, but he suffered through some injuries. He didn't get a lot of time on the court in college, and he entered the 2018 draft with a lot to prove.
Deflects the pass. It's stolen by Morris. Right side, Millsap. Bull can't hit.
Yeah, and that was lining up to be a huge alley-oop, but they just couldn't quite connect.
And, you know, guys, always a tough catch on the lob. Placement and timing have to be close to perfect.
Nice work inside by Cauley Stein. Great tools as a finisher.
Morris passes to Chanshaw. Nine feet out. Great D that time from Hardaway. Mavericks leading by 12. Brunson, no good. Here's Harrison, guarded by Hardaway. Here's Millsap. He feeds it to Bull. And the dunk by Bull.
I think his unselfish attitude is really a big part of what makes Millsap a leader on the court, and the ability to make some dynamic passes doesn't hurt either.
Outside Hardaway. Kyle trying to free himself up. And here we go. Coach's challenge happening right now. This one in regards to the personal foul. Seeing if that was the right call.
And I think when it comes to some of the more difficult calls to make, personal fouls can be tough. The action is so fast that it's really tough to catch everything in real time.
The wonders of technology, Greg. We've seen replay reviews so effectively, and involving the coaches by being able now to challenge like this is something a lot of people have been hoping for. And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, you know, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. The double checking, and the game continues on.
Catching up on the changes for Dallas. Reddick comes in for Willie Cauley-Stein, and Trey Burke subbed in for Jalen Brunson. Here's Harrison, covered by Reddick. The shot by Harrison, no good. Mavericks leading by 12. Here's Finney-Smith. That drops, and it comes off the assist from Hardaway.
Well, we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy bucket in the paint.
Well, listless and lifeless at the defensive end. I mean, especially inside. They've really got to pick up that interior defense.
Back to Morris. Nails the baby hook.
Yeah, and there it is again. On a lot of their possessions this first half, they've established great inside position.
Now here's Burke. Millsap covering. We're just over 2.5 minutes into the second quarter. And pushing it up, here's Denver. It's tipped. Hardaway with the steal. Here's Finney-Smith, covered by Morris. Got a piece of it. Out of bounds. Denver takes possession. On the Mavericks with some changes. Willie Cauley-Stein, he's checked in for Dorian Finney-Smith. Nicole O'Malley comes in for J.J. Redick. And it's Jalen Brunson in for Burke. Here in the second quarter, about 3 minutes played. Right side, Gordon. Millsap has the open look. He gets it to fall. That makes it just a single-digit lead. Millsap's got himself going there. His first points of the game on the deep ball.
And no doubt last season was a bit of a step backwards for Aaron Gordon. After that breakout 2019 season, his numbers just didn't hold up.
And, you know, Greg, the issue was his shooting. You know, Gordon had a tough time from distance, especially from three-point range. Some of that is maybe mechanics, but also shot selection a part of it. And I also thought he was a little more passive with the ball, maybe a little more indecisive. But, again, he's a young player, really young player, so I'm thinking it was probably just an off year for him, and he'll bounce back in good fashion.
We've got 1:08 left to play here in the half. Jokic with the steal. Here's the break. Floats it up for Jokic, and Jokic slams it in.
Boy, Jokic always in sync with his teammates, which is part of why he's able to put together these highlight reel sequences.
And there's the pass to Cauley-Stein. Back to Brunson. Jokic with the steal. Millsap passes to Rivers, and he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line. It's going to go on Willie Cauley-Stein.
Nice work to get it inside and draw the contact.
Exactly. The defense determined not to allow the easy layup right there. They'll settle for making him earn the free throws.
Catching up on the changes for Dallas. Marjanovic checked in for Powell. Porzingis comes in for Cauley-Stein. Doncic is checked in for Nicole O'Malley. And it's Richardson in for Tim Hardaway Jr. And they double up Doncic. Here's Porzingis. Porter with a block.
And, you know, as he learns the game at this level, he's going to block more shots. Porter has the length and the ability to move his feet.
And, yes, it's good. McGee's got his second basket.
And he's got such a great touch and feel around the basket. He made that reverse look easy.
Near the three-point line, it's Doncic. Up in time. And that one released in time, but no good.
Thanks, Rick. What do you like about how your team is playing tonight?
Shot making was there. We're not turning it over. We're doing a pretty good job defensively, but a long way to go.
Rick, thanks for your time. Back to you, Kevin.
Thank you, David. And we'll be back after halftime as the third quarter gets underway.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey again, everybody. I'm Ernie Johnson. Shaq is here. Kenny's here. We're watching the Luka Doncic had a huge first quarter. He had 9 points and 1 rebound. And that'll...
And we're halfway through this one. Plenty of basketball left in a game that's been fairly even so far. You have to like what you're seeing from Luka Doncic.
No problems fighting his way to the rim in this one. A lot of points in close.
Yeah, you know what, guys? They gave him too many free runs to the hoop in the first half. I think they've got to be a lot tougher on him. Body him up. Be physical with him.
Marjanovic is out there with Porzingis. Then there's Doncic. Then there's Richardson. And it's Finney-Smith in at the small forward. That's the lineup in the game for Dallas. Here's Marjanovic. And he uses the glass on the layup. Marjanovic has got the opening bucket to start the second half for Dallas.
It all started with the pass. That's what coaches love to see, ball movement.
Rivers passes to Porter. Bucket is good.
Well, you know, on the inside, Porter is a very skilled player. He understands that you've got to be multi-dimensional, a lot of versatility to your game to be effective inside.
Doncic against Porter. Doncic kicks to Porzingis. Clock at 6. Doncic passes to Marjanovic. Jokic with the steal. And now the Nuggets. Fast break. Gordon's running. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line. That one on Richardson.
Well, I love how crafty Jokic is. You know, he basically baits defenders into committing the foul once he gets deep position.
Good on both.
A self-described country boy from the town of Sombor, Serbia. Jokic grew up racing horses, no less.
Boy, those are some nice factoids, Greg. Well done. From stable boy and jockey, but as he grew, basketball made the most sense. And to this day, he still loves horses and actually still has a few back in Serbia.
Gordon deciding where to go with it. To the paint, and the officials call him for a 3-second violation.
And you can tolerate gaffes like that sometimes, but in a close game, man, I tell you what, that really hurts.
A different look for Dallas. J.J. Redick's checked in for Marjanovic, and it's Burke in for Josh Richardson. And a switcher also for Denver. Green's checked in. Some nice passing here by Dallas. Tries from 16. Porzingis on the follow. And the Mavericks lead by 4.
Yeah, and that's a pure hustle play, getting to the offensive glass for the tip-in.
And that's the kind of quality you see in any strong offensive rebounder, isn't it?
Definitely. You're not going to make plays like that unless you expend the energy.
Yeah, not sure what that was about. I mean, talk about a brain cramp.
Yeah, yeah, completely a brain fade. I don't know where that came from. Just lost sense of time and the situation.
Looking at who's out there now for the Mavericks. Marjanovic checked in for Dorian Finney-Smith. Tim Hardaway Jr. comes in for Trey Burke. And it's Richardson in for J.J. Redick.
I like the fact that McGee not just going through the motions here. I mean, setting a good solid screen, timing his roll perfectly. That's basketball 101 there.
And out of bounds as the Nuggets gain possession. And it's Rivers with the ball. He brings it up for the Nuggets. Trailing by 2. Pass to Jokic. For the lead. Cranes the three-pointer. Jokic has got 9 points.
Another way that Jokic keeps pressure on the defense is that he can spray home a few threes if you don't keep an eye on him.
Richardson the pass to Doncic. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul.
No question, he got bumped on that shot.
Yeah, the officials didn't need to talk that one over. It was obvious.
Time called here. The Nuggets decide to talk it over.
Every time out, a chance to review the lineups, matchups, or call a play.
Yeah, and I agree. I think there's going to be a new wrinkle in their game plan when they come out of this timeout.
And the Mavericks making a change here. Cauley Stein's checked in.
All right, that was your Mavericks dancers. Give them a round of applause, fans.
The first one falls.
Boy, Doncic plays with such an edge and attitude, and I think it endears him to his teammates and gives them confidence.
Greg is a point guard. What is it you like to see from that position on the floor?
I think first and foremost, leadership. It's so valuable at that spot. And, you know, you always got to have your head high because your teammates are feeding off what you put forth in terms of your body language and enthusiasm. So,
and yep, we thought we might see it. And the coach's challenge has been triggered on the personal foul call.
And I think when it comes to some of the more difficult calls to make, personal fouls can be tough. The action is so fast that it's really tough to catch everything in real time.
The wonders of technology, Greg. We've seen replay reviews so effectively, and involving the coaches by being able now to challenge like this is something a lot of people have been hoping for. And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, you know, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. The double checking, and the game continues on.
And the first one drops.
And like his father, Manu, Bowles' combination of size and scoring is very unique. The key for him is just staying healthy.
Third quarter of basketball here, and just a little under 3.5 minutes gone by.
Just the kind of play they need in a game this close.
You know, that's the kind of aggression they want from their floor leader.
And it just forces the defense to pay more attention to him, guys, which we know can open up things for others.
Here's Bull. It's rebounded by Dallas. They've led by as many as 14 points.
And the rebound battle split evenly thus far.
Yeah, tit for tat on the glass. Just one more aspect of what's been a very closely contested ball game here. He's somebody that's really comfortable carrying the offensive load.
51 seconds left to play in the third. Harrison. That one's not going to go. Good work defensively by Richardson. Cauley Stein kicks to Richardson. Passes it to Doncic. 6 on the shot clock. Dallas needs to get off a shot. Richardson, good.
They should continue to get the ball inside. The defense struggling to contain them.
And when you make 5 in a row in close like that, it also takes pressure off your perimeter guys, too.
Doncic against Morris. Millsap at the elbow. And, yep, finally drops after rolling around the rim. Millsap's got 5.
And, you know, as a mid-range shooter, Millsap's one of the better power forwards in the league. I mean, he's got a really nice touch from that area.
And that's going to do it for the third quarter. Mavericks lead by 4. And we'll get going. How about a look at today's State Farm assist of the game?
And I'm glad this was the pick because I love this pass. Such a great dish. That's what I call court vision.
Yeah, and with the accuracy to go along with that vision. I mean, he put the ball in the absolute perfect spot. That's how you orchestrate it.
3/10 quarters behind us. One more to go. Thanks for being with us as we begin the fourth. And Denver will start the fourth quarter with Aaron Gordon out there with Green. Then there's Austin Rivers. Then there's Paul Millsap. And the shot goes in from Kristaps Porzingis.
Boy, the coaching staff loves seeing this. I mean, Porzingis being active and effective from this area here.
Rivers scanning the floor. Campazzo, Brunson covering. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. It's on Porzingis.
And even though they're down, they are putting on a show at the free throw line.
Yeah, they're making the most of their opportunities at the stripe, and they'll need to keep it up to take the lead.
A different look for Denver. JaVale McGee's checked in for Millsap. Jokic subbed in for JaMychal Green. And on our sideline, our reporter, David Aldridge.
Well, during the break, I listened in on Rick Carlisle's huddle. He told them, look, we're in a good spot. The one thing I want you guys to do, stay in the moment. Don't look ahead. Stay in the moment and compete. Kevin, we'll see if they can keep focused.
Looking at who's out there now for the Mavericks. Powell, he's checked in for Marjanovic. Billy Cauley-Stein comes in for Porzingis. Melly is checked in for Dorian Finney-Smith. Hardaway is subbed in for Trey Burke.
Powell doing a nice job recognizing when to give it up. He, to me, is the epitome of a value utility player. Knows his role.
McGee against Powell. McGee inside. Drops in the layup for two.
And you want him taking big shots for you in big moments. That one was as easy as it gets.
Well, you don't want to give him any open shots at this stage. Never mind a layup. Come on now. My goodness.
From 18 feet away. Doesn't go for him. And it's Denver the other way. And pushing it up. Here's Denver. Shot from 6. And he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2.
Well, you look at McGee and the career resurgence he's undergone, guys, outstanding. I mean, when he's been in the right situation, he's been very effective.
And so it's Brunson with it. He brings it up for the Mavericks. They've led by as many as 14 points. And the foul is called. He intentionally grabbed him there for some reason. I don't know.
Kevin, all I can think of is that he's trying to slow the game down a little bit. That's a stretch, though. Definitely a strange move on his part.
Michael Porter, he's checked in for Denver.
You know, this is what we've seen Jokic do every night. I mean, he puts himself in position to make an impact on the game.
And that one's good by Porter.
And that's right in his wheelhouse, looking to make an impact when it counts.
You know, they want the ball in his hands here because they trust him to hit all the big shots.
Powell, the pass to Cauley-Stein. Back to Powell. Dallas moving the ball around. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Feeds to Cauley-Stein. Rebound by the Nuggets.
Good offense squaring up against better D there. You got to appreciate that stop.
The kick out to Porter. An intentional foul committed, but for what purpose, Greg? I'm not sure.
A scene of confusion right there. I can't imagine why he thought it was a good idea to foul there.
And Dallas going with a whole new group out there. On the wing, Porter. Shoots over Doncic. Porter, no luck for Dallas. They've gone 2 for 5 on field goal attempts in the fourth quarter. Marjanovic down low. He's against Gordon. And it's sent back by Jokic. There's the lob to the hoop. No luck that time in the shot that would have put them on top. A pass to Porzingis. Hammers the alley-oop through.
Great execution by Porzingis, showing you he can get it done in the clutch.
Nuggets trail. 1:36 left in the fourth. Now Rivers. Pass to Jokic. Ring shot on the way. And dead on that time. Beautiful shot.
And such a clutch shooter. I mean, he lives with a big shot. And when he's rolling like this, watch out.
We've got 1:13 left to play in the final quarter. Doncic kicks to Marjanovic. And they double up Doncic. And another field goal in this total. Make it 7 for 14, shooting 50%.
No fear or hesitation in the eyes of Doncic. He loves the chance to take and make these big ones.
Rivers dishes to Porter. Good! And tie game. That is a huge basket right there.
And you can't get a bigger bucket than that.
Well, that was 1-2. He wanted the ball. Nobody else was taking that shot.
Richardson outside. The pass to Marjanovic. Outside Porzingis. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here.
You know, that's not an easy assignment, as Porzingis showed there. He's a lot to handle.
So he goes 2 for 2 at the line, and it's a 2-point ball game.
This is what makes him special, his ability to come through in these spots.
Here's Rivers. 19 seconds left in the fourth quarter. There's Porter with the three. Off target from downtown.
Yeah, you know, with his size and presence in the post, McGee has a lot of value on the offensive glass.
Doncic outside. It's good!
And despite the size disadvantage, attacking the heart of that defense.
You know what, guys, honestly, I didn't think he'd win that battle. I mean, that's a lot of height to give up.
Denver calls timeout. They're behind by 2. 1 second left in the fourth quarter. And now let's take a look at the New Balance player of the game, Luka Doncic.
And it's been a terrific night for him in terms of the scoreboard. They've run a bunch of sets for him, and he's continued to come through. Scoring as well as he has, it's taken a lot of pressure off the rest of his teammates.
So a close game. All right, David, great job. Thanks so much. And that about wraps it up. And with tip.
Kevin, thanks.
He stays working and stays true. David, thank you. Both teams tonight dealing with some injuries. Here's a look at who's out for the evening.
And some uncertainty arises when both teams are missing players. Who is better able to weather the storm and take care of business?
Let's take a look at our starters for Portland. The high-powered backcourt pair, Lillard and McCollum. Nurkic is out there with Enes Kanter. And it's Powell in at the 3, the small forward. And for Denver, they've got Michael Porter. Aaron Gordon out there with Jokic. Then there's Monte Morris. And it's McGee in at the 5, roaming the paint.
You dig down deep at some of the numbers. Jokic is a much better defender than what he gets credit for. I think we always think about athleticism around rim protection, but sometimes it's just about size and smarts, and he has that.
So the Portland Trail Blazers able to put the first points up on the board. Here's Gordon. And the rebound by Nurkic. McCollum with the ball, now guarded by Porter. And the basket by McCollum. And Jokic likes physical play. Brent, he embraces the contact.
Well, you look at his physique, and I think he can absorb a lot of what it is that comes his way. But he's comfortable wrestling. He's got brothers. He knows what that's like. And he also loves to mess around with those press conference microphones, as we see. He loved to make them pay for giving up that wide-open jumper, just unable to do so.
From deep. It's hauled in by the Nuggets. Some tough offensive sets. They want to turn it around.
Yeah, right now you just need a bucket to get some momentum.
Fast break. Here come the Trailblazers. Here's Lillard, and then Lillard slams it in.
You want evidence of Lillard finishing at the rim? I give you Exhibit A.
Morris against Lillard. Morris kicks to McGee. And the rebound by Nurkic.
Yeah, and that was lining up to be a huge alley-oop, but they just couldn't quite connect.
Yeah, you can see when it's that close, players reacting. Just, oh, man, we just missed that one. Maybe they'll get another chance at it.
And we have an intentional foul there, GA. Wish I could say why.
That one's pretty strange. I mean, no idea what got into his head right there.
Now, here is Morris. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. The Nuggets shooting their first free throws of the game. And the first one at the line is good. He hits one, then misses the second attempt from the free throw line. For Portland, they've gone 3 of 5 shooting the ball so far. Kanter, the pass to Lillard. Feeds it to Nurkic. Back to Lillard. Tries from 10. That shot, no good. And the Nuggets going the other way. Trailblazers leading by 5. Kanter dishes to Nurkic. Pass to Lillard. From deep three-point range, from beyond the arc, and then some. Lillard's got 5 now.
Oh, great ball movement there.
And Morris has got the ball here for the Nuggets. .156 left here in the opening quarter. McGee's shot is off.
We'll have a hard time shaking that one off. Perfect position, plenty of space. Just clanked it.
For the Nuggets, Paul Millsap's checked in for JaVale McGee. And it's Shaquille Harrison in for Morris. Anthony's checked in for the Trailblazers. And Fernie Simons comes in for Lillard. A 3 from McCollum. It's good for his second make. He's made 2 of 3 so far.
Defensively, they've been a step slow here to start.
Porter looking it over. And he banks in the layup.
But when Porter is attacking, the defense is in trouble. Have to respect his ability to put it on the floor.
McCollum outside. Kanter finds McCollum. Outside Anthony. 5 on the clock. Fires the 3. McCollum, no good.
He's not the guy that you want to give a wide open look from three-point range. They're lucky that that one doesn't cost them.
JaVale McGee's checked in for the Nuggets. Monte Morris comes in for Harrison. The Trailblazers also changing it up. Harry Giles is checked in for Cantor. Wande Hollis-Jefferson comes in for Norman Powell, and it's Little in for McCullough.
Jokic and body control. Hey, years ago we wouldn't have said that. I'm saying it now.
Here's Simons, covered by Morris. And it's blocked by Gordon.
No, I wouldn't test Gordon with that vertical. And
oh, man. Fans love that. Listen to that. I love that sound in the arena.
And I gotta say, sort of surprising he goes for a slam that difficult when they're trailing.
But still a magnificent move to the rim. About 7 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Little with the ball. He's against Gordon.
And, you know, as he learns the game at this level, he's going to block more shots. Porter has the length and the ability to move his feet.
And we reached the end of the first quarter. It's the Trailblazers leading by 5. And whoop. When Damian Lillard's in the flow, there is no stopping him.
I think in the past, anytime
Greg, this is why they say there's no substitute for experience.
And I agree. And, you know, sometimes guys need to learn to be more selfish at times. You also learn, if it ain't broke, keep going with it. Ride the hot hand.
And for those of you just tuning in, the second quarter of action is where we're at right now. And looking at what we've seen so far from the Trailblazers guys, what do you think?
Well, their effort on the defensive end has set the tone for this game.
Yeah, defense has been infectious here as everybody stepping up aggressively on that end.
Rivers out there with Harrison. Then there's Paul Millsap. Then there's Bull. And it's Janshar at the small forward position. That's the group in the game for the Nuggets. That one's in there, and the Portland lead is cut to just 5 on the basket from Bull. You know, Greg, you'd probably know as well as anyone, what was it like going up against the Bulls in the 90s?
You know, it's weird to say, but in a lot of ways, we were a lot like they were. Hall of Fame talent at the coach, a defensive-minded team, but the one difference was, you know, the Bulls had that guy that wore that number 23. I think I'd say that might have been the one difference.
Now here's Rivers, still looking for his first bucket in this one. Bull with it, now defended by McCullough. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line.
Yeah, Bull with the unique combination of height and skill. That's a challenge for any defender.
A different look now for Portland. Giles checked in for Robert Covington. Hollis-Jefferson comes in for Jones. And it's Little in for C.J. McCollum. Stolen by Rivers. And now we've got the intentional foul.
Really no idea why you're fouling in a situation like that. You know, maybe there's some bad blood between those two.
For the Nuggets, Green comes in for Bull. And it's Michael Porter in for Rivers. Giles the pass to Anthony. Portland moving the ball around. Offensive rebound. Giles kicks to Little. 6 to shoot. Pass to Hollis-Jefferson. Janshar grabs the miss. The Nuggets trail by 6. Here's Porter. The putback. It's good on the putback.
You know, we talk about it all the time, guys. Those second chance buckets, always the result of that extra effort.
Simons surveying the D. Pass to Little. And here's Hollis-Jefferson. Kicks it to Little. And the pass to Giles. Over Millsap. Arm's length from the hoop. He knocks it down. Giles has got his first points of the game.
Got to talk on defense. That left him all alone.
On the wing, Porter. Uses the glass to finish the layup. Porter's got his second bucket of the game to go.
A tough start scoring the basketball, but they're starting to turn it around now. And Nasir Little, a player who fell on draft day, ended up with Portland. You know, he didn't do much as a rookie, but the potential is there.
for Nasir Little, it's going to come down to the defensive end of the floor. If he can get minutes out there and show that he's willing to get down in the stance, become a stopper, some of that offense is going to come along as a byproduct of playing with better offensive players. And Porter's height and length around the basket is going to help him create opportunities to score.
Passes it to Little. Here's Hollis Jefferson. He kicks it to Little. Back to Hollis Jefferson. Over Green. Giles. The tip in on the offensive rebound. And the Trailblazers lead by 6.
A slight advantage for them in the rebound department, but that oftentimes is all it takes.
Outside, Porter. Back to Harrison. Over in the corner, Green. Off target from three-point range. And the foul is called. He intentionally grabbed him there for some reason. I don't know.
Kevin, all I can think of is that he's trying to slow the game down a little bit.
Right.
That's a stretch, though. Definitely a strange move on his part.
So Portland ends up going with the new group. Morris against Lillard. It's good.
They've settled into a nice groove offensively here in the second.
5-second differential between the shot clock and the game clock. Morris against Lillard. Morris, no good. Trailblazers leading by 8.
And really the smart thing would be to hold for the last shot.
Every second right now is valuable to you. That should be their strategy.
Nurkic with the block.
Nurkic, big and blocking.
And so it's the Portland Trailblazers. Thank you, David, for that interview, and we'll see you back here after the break.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello. And no doubt that C.J. McCollum's a great player all the time. But Shaq, he has that deep. That's all for now. Say goodbye to the...
And happy you could join us. We've got 2 quarters left to go in regulation. You have to like what we've seen so far from Damian Lillard.
Yeah, it's been a great performance from him, really staying focused on quality shots.
Yeah, this is showing that they're not going to play at anybody else's pace but their own.
Our second half of basketball, and presented by Gatorade. Let's see who's all fueled up and on the floor to start the third. On the court for the Trailblazers. Pairing up in the backcourt, Lillard and McCollum. Nurkic is out there with Powell, and it's Cantor in at the 5 down low.
And that's an example of playing big, adapting to the situation.
Tip of the cap there. I mean, that defense was good. The finish was better.
Morris against Lillard.
They're scoring boatloads of buckets. It's raining buckets from inside.
Guys are looking for a spark here.
Yeah, a cold stretch offensively for sure.
Morris, no good. Trailblazers leading by 8. From the arc. And it's Lillard again missing. Nuggets have gone 1 of 3 since starting the second half. And the basket by Gordon.
An extremely well-conditioned athlete. Gordon is an effective option on fast breaks.
Lillard dishes to Nurkic. Lillard up top, covered by Morris. And he gets the bucket.
He's got a lot to do with the position that they're in. A very smart offensive performance tonight from him.
Floats it up for Jokic. Throws down the alley-oop slam.
Jokic on an alley-oop. Sweet.
Here's Lillard. 11 points in the game. Lillard again missing. It's tipped. Nurkic with the steal. It's Powell on the wing. Dishes to McCollum. And the call is going to be, yes, it is, an illegal screen.
When a pick like that is questionable and creates that much of an advantage for the offense, you have to blow the whistle.
Yeah, a quick little lean like that is going to get the ref's attention. Foul call.
Here's what Denver's going with right now. Millsap comes in for JaVale McGee. And it's Green in for Nikola Jokic. Pass to Porter. Denver needs to get off his shot. Here's Gordon. And Cantor pulls it down. Cantor's got 4 rebounds now tonight. Inside. Trying to find Covington. Gets it to him. Cantor kicks to Powell. Jones the pass to Lillard. Fires the 3. And no good that time. And the Nuggets going the other way.
And after some time over in France and the G League, JaMychal Green catching on as a steady NBA veteran.
In Memphis, the Grizzlies played him over Zach Randolph for some time. He's a guy that just keeps working and has found a niche now as his three-point shot has found more consistency in the NBA.
1:51 left to play here in the third. Jones finds Lillard. Fires for 3. Gets it to go from beyond the arc. Lillard's got 14 points for the game.
Yeah, those are the kind of shots that Lillard, when he gets in these hot streaks throughout the course of a season, gets more and more consistent with.
Timeout is called. First of the game for the Nuggets. Greg, we have a league of many great playmakers, don't we?
Oh, there's no doubt about it. LeBron James is obvious. You know, he played point guard technically for the first time last season, but he's always been a floor general. You look at a young man like Ja Morant, and he's been on the attack since day one when he hit the league. And there's so many more of those guys that are having an impact, understanding the value of that lead guard position. It is fun to watch.
It is so fun to watch. I agree. There's 1:17 left in the third. Giles kicks to Little. Here's Simons. He's guarded by Rivers. Now Bol. He's got 5. Right side Millsap. And Millsap slams it in.
A great drive by Millsap there, capped off with the finish.
Here's Simons. Pass to Giles. And that'll be 2 for... And folks, the coach's challenge has been initiated for a personal foul. Close game like this, and he thought it wasn't a good call.
And this is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Greg, indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replays, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving at, and how fast the action really is, and how hard it can be sometimes, you know, Greg, to make the right call. And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, you know, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. The double checking, and the game continues on.
He's perfect from the line this time. And so it's Rivers with it. He'll bring it up for the Denver Nuggets. 7-point differential. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line.
Well, he does not lack for confidence, does Austin Rivers. He plays with a huge chip on his shoulder.
Rivers hits both of them. Trailblazers leading by 5. Shot and game clock separated by 5. Anthony looking it over. And too much time in the lane. They get called for the 3-second violation. The Nuggets have gone 5 of 9 on field goal attempts since halftime. And here's Rivers. The pass to Harrison for the three. The shot missing. And we've watched 3 so far in this one. Trailblazers lead by 5. And a quick look now at the State Farm assist of the game.
And he sliced the D wide open with this feed. They had no chance to prevent that basket.
That's what great passing will do for you right there, dissecting the defense with that play.
We've reached the 4th quarter, and what has been a very competitive game should be an exciting finish. They've got JaVale McGee. Monte Morris is out there with Porter. Then there's Gordon, and it's Jokic in at the 4-man position. That's the group in the game for the Nuggets. McCollum, no good. The Nuggets trail by 5. Porter finds Morris. Lob pass to Gordon. Hammers the alley-oop through.
Out of nowhere, Gordon just soaring in there, and that athleticism carries him straight to the hoop.
Lillard outside. Nurkic dishes to Lillard. And some nice ball movement here by the Trailblazers. Here's the 3. Shot clock at 6. From deep. Denver grabs the miss. Jokic has got his 4th rebound in this one. An intentional foul committed, but for what purpose, Greg, I'm not sure.
A scene of confusion right there. I can't imagine why he thought it was a good idea to foul there.
Denver with a platoon swap here on the floor. An almost entirely new group here for Portland. Giles checked in for Yusuf Nurkic. Hollis Jefferson comes in for Derek Jones. Little, he's checked in for C.J. McCollum. And it's Simons in for Damian Lillard. Hollis Jefferson passes to Little. Back to Hollis Jefferson. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line. First free throw is good. He hits both from the stripe. About a minute and a half into the 4th quarter now. Rivers with it. Shot clock at 5. And they force the shot clock violation. Great D.
And you can tolerate gaffes like that sometimes, but in a close game, man, I tell you what, that really hurts.
Game moves along. 2 minutes gone here in the 4th. Now here's Little. He's guarded by Rivers. And stolen by Gordon. And here we go with Morris running it up the court. And the foul is called. He intentionally grabbed him there for some reason. I don't know.
Kevin, all I can think of is that he's trying to slow the game down a little bit.
Right.
That's a stretch, though. Definitely a strange move on his part.
Denver calls timeout. You have to like what we've seen so far from Damian Lillard.
And he's in a complete groove right now. I don't think they can stop him altogether, but they at least need to make him work a little harder than he has been.
A different look for Denver. JaVale McGee's checked in for Green, and Porter subbed in for Monte Morris. On the sideline, let's catch up with Hall of Famer David Aldridge.
Hey, guys, I was able to catch what Mike Malone said to his team.
And here we go with the coach's challenge. Not surprised in a competitive game like this. And he's disputing the personal foul call.
And I think when it comes to some of the more difficult calls to make, personal fouls can be tough. The action is so fast that it's really tough to catch everything in real time.
The wonders of technology, Greg. We've seen replay reviews so effectively, and involving the coaches by being able now to challenge like this is something a lot of people have been hoping for. And the announcement on the review is that the foul was called in error. So they have determined, Greg, to overrule the original call.
And guys, this is what it's all about, getting the call right. And I think in this case, the video reviews showed that while it was a tough call to make on the floor, they got it right with the review.
McCollum finds Nurkic. Lillard outside. There's the triple. Basket made. That gives him 7 field goals in 13 tries.
Man, I'll tell you what, the pressure is cranked up. Who better to call than this guy?
Rivers against Lillard, and it'll go. And the Blazer lead is cut down to 2 on the bucket from Rivers.
That's what you get with a bigger guard, a guy that can carve out a little bit more space, and Rivers does a good job that time.
And Lillard kicks to McCollum. The dish now to Cantor. Back to McCollum. And right through it goes. And it's 9 points for C.J. McCollum.
Man, he was a go-to guy in crunch time in college, and McCollum now has developed that reputation here in the league.
Oh, and there's the alley-oop.
This team really feeds off of one another in terms of their energy.
At least in the second half they have been. The first half wasn't played anywhere near this intense.
And the officials signal the backcourt violation. Not very careful there. Fourth quarter of play, and over 3.5 minutes have gone by. Rivers passes to McGee. Over McCollum. And again, it's Denver.
And after all that time, finally, they've been able to tie it up here in the fourth quarter. What a comeback, and what a finish we have in store.
It's amazing to think of what they've done here, being behind so long. Now they have a legitimate chance to win this thing. Well, he's a guy they count on to produce from the mid-range. He doesn't miss too many open looks from there.
Jokic passes to McGee. And oh, here we go. McCollum's got it. The fast break chance. It counts.
Whoa, the nerves on this guy.
Not backing down from this moment here. When the game is close, he kicks it up a notch.
Rivers against Lillard. It's in! He has tied up this game. Oh, what a shot.
So impressive. The fortitude, the will to battle back, but it did take a lot of energy to get here.
Well, they didn't really have a choice at the position that they were. They had to fight hard. They've gotten that. They've outworked the other team, just fighting tonight. Well, he has that ability, elevates his game in the clutch time. It's Lillard time. He's on point.
About 7 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. It goes on C.J. McCollum.
So I tell you what, he earned his money on that foul.
He hits the first one, and that narrows the gap to 1.
And there's no question that Gordon is a talented player, and it's clear he wants to be a star in this league.
You can't have any more pressure on you than he had at the line right there. Shows you what he's made up as he's able to tie it up.
Now here's Lillard. From deep three-point range. Count it!
And perimeter scoring, I have to imagine it was a topic of discussion at halftime.
Maybe trying to find a little bit more space and ball movement to get guys open at the three-point line.
All right, David, thank you. And that'll wrap it up, folks. rotation play. Nothing that they can't overcome, but it does shrink their margin for error just a bit.
Short a rotation player, nothing they can't overcome, but it does shrink your margin for error just a bit.
So let's take a look at the starters for the Dallas Mavericks. Marjanovic is out there with Porzingis. Then there's Luka Doncic. Then it's Josh Richardson. And it's Finney Smith in at the small forward position. And for the Trailblazers, pairing up in the backcourt, Lillard and McCollum. Nurkic is out there with Enes Kanter. And it's Powell in at the small forward. McCollum, no good.
There's some defense for you. For someone who's as good at shooting the three ball as he is, you need a defender who's equally good at guarding against it.
Richardson, good. Some of the best in the game go at it here tonight, Chris. What an incredible guard matchup we have here in this one.
Kevin, there are some all-time greats playing at the guard spots these days. It will be a fun matchup to watch. 0 for 3, not the start they're looking for.
And foul call. Looks like they had a clear path to the basket. He'll be shooting 2 free throws. And they'll retain possession. The Mavericks shooting their first free throws. First trip to the line in this one.
And what's so impressive about Doncic, the maturity. Yes, he's polished, but he's got a completeness to his game at such a young age. The D just kind of stepping aside and letting him get to the rim.
There's a reason, GA, the lead is what it is right now.
The coaching staff has to be upset. You can't give the opposition easy baskets like this.
Dallas moving the ball around. And the dunk by Porzingis.
Nice play, and you can see they're gathering momentum.
They've been a more cohesive team over this stretch, and that helps account for their lead.
Lillard bounce pass. And so just over a minute and a half played. Looking to end the run. The rebound by Marjanovic.
And he's been way off the mark this quarter. It's been ugly.
Tipped away. Porzingis kicks to Finney-Smith. Pass to Marjanovic. The feed now to Doncic. Shoots over Lillard. Doncic, no good.
Oh, their movement is good, and they get the ball into the right hand. Now, usually he drops those in between jumpers.
Nurkic, great positioning on the putback.
Well, you see the hard-working mentality of Nurkic. I mean, love how assertive he is on the offensive boards.
The Mavericks have gone 3 of 5 shooting the ball so far.
And Yusuf Nurkic missing a whole calendar year not too long ago, was still involved with the team during that stretch and was a fixture on their bench.
Yeah, shout out to my boy Nurkic, but hey, bro, you had some wild shirts on the sideline. I couldn't even watch the game. You was over there dizzying cats up. But, I know you were doing your thing, but he would use clothing to call out other players, teams, and commentators. Nurkic doesn't mince words, and I'm glad he's back and playing.
And it's Doncic, top of the key. With some arc. Yes, that goes in. Doncic has got 6.
And the story here, Kevin, early on is how well they've shot the basketball.
Lillard from deep three-point land, and another 3 for Portland.
And you can tell Lillard loves to test his range. I mean, he's showing how confident he is pulling the trigger.
Doncic against Lillard. Doncic passes to Porzingis. Pass break. Here come the Trailblazers. Lillard outside. 1:29 left to play in the first. From deep. Here's Cantor. So Portland ends up going with the new group. Dallas also making some changes. Willie Cauley-Stein, he's checked in for Marjanovic. Hardaway is subbed in for Dorian Finney-Smith. Outside, Porzingis. That's his second shot and his second basket. He's 2 for 2.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
Here's Simons, guarded by Doncic. Hollis Jefferson kicks to Little. Clock at 6. Back to Hollis Jefferson. No good, shot missing. And it's Dallas the other way. Hardaway passes to Porzingis. Yes, and it's Hardaway picking up the assist. He's got 6.
The plan of attack is obvious. Get the ball inside and go strong to the rim.
Anthony in the corner. He lobs it up. .24 seconds left here in the first quarter. Doncic feeling it out. Shot from the low block. The putback controls the rebound and puts it back up and in.
Oh, man, the relentless pursuit of the basketball by Cauley Stein. Just a tremendous hustler on the offensive glass.
And that concludes the first quarter of play. Mavericks ahead. They're up by 8. And don't go away. Damian Lillard told us before the game, when asked how he's...
Humble beginnings. You know, I'm from...
Well, some of the best stories in our league are about guys who struggled to get to where they are today.
And I really hope the young guys out there are listening to this. You don't have to be a 5-star prospect to achieve your dreams.
And if you're just joining us, we've played through one quarter in this one. And guys, what's your take on the Mavericks so far?
You got to credit their defense, communicating, rotating, making plays on the ball.
No question. It's been stifling thus far, preventing that offense from establishing any kind of rhythm.
And a chance here presented by Gatorade to see who's on the floor, all fueled up and ready to go for the start of the second quarter. On the floor for Portland, Jones is out there with Anthony. Then it's Robert Covington. Then there's C.J. McCollum. And it's Simons in at the 1 spot. Covington kicks to McCollum. Puts up a 3. 6 on the shot clock. Oh, Covington in position. And stolen by Cauley Stein. And we have an intentional foul there, G.A. Wish I could say why.
That one's pretty strange. I mean, no idea what got into his head right there.
Catching up on the changes for Portland. Giles checked in for Robert Covington. Hollis Jefferson comes in for Jones. And it's Little in for C.J. McCollum. Here's Brunson. A chance there to push it to double digits, but it's off the mark. Anthony in the corner. Little dishes to Anthony. That one falls.
That was big because they dug a big hole in the first quarter, but starting to show signs of life.
Second quarter of basketball, just over a minute and a half played. Kleba finds Brunson. Now here's Powell. First shot, first basket. He's out of the blocks fast.
And defensively, they are on their heels every time the ball comes inside.
Simons, the pass to Anthony. Passes it to Simons. Shoots from the elbow. There's Hollis Jefferson. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass.
And their shots are falling now with more regularity than we saw at first.
And for those of you just joining us, we're almost 2.5 minutes into the second quarter. Brunson the pass to Cauley Stein. Powell inside. Over Giles. It's deflected. Now Hollis Jefferson. Hardaway with the steal. Powell kicks to Cauley Stein. To the middle. Brunson. That one's in. His first bucket of the game. He's 1 for 2. Greg, if you go step in a time machine, what would you like and dislike about playing in this era at this time?
Well, no doubt about the tempo and the spacing. I think that more than anything allows for the true skill and artistry of the game to be on display. I probably wouldn't want to get switched onto Embiid down low. that wouldn't. I would probably dislike that and let it be known vociferously.
But I always pictured you as being fearless, like you would never turn down that kind of challenge.
I wouldn't turn it down publicly.
Just 5 on the clock. Hardaway for 3. It's hauled in by the Trailblazers. Hollis Jefferson with it. Outside Anthony. Giles in the corner. And misses it off the right side of the rim.
I guess even he has to miss one of those once in a while.
The rebound by Simons. And stolen by Cauley Stein. That one goes. Count it.
And it's important for Cauley-Stein's confidence that he gets these interior shots to fall. The more he sees the ball go in, the more assured he will feel down inside.
Brunson finds Cauley-Stein. From 12 feet out, Brunson, good. And now a 10-point Dallas lead. The Trailblazers have gotten 4 of their first 5 shots to fall in the second quarter. Outstanding shooting. Simons, the pass to Hollis Jefferson. Here's Anthony. Bucket number 3. He's a perfect 3 for 3 to start.
And he has really come to life here after a slow start in that first quarter.
It's a 4-second differential between the shot clock and game clock. Here's Brunson, and the layup is good. Brunson's got the lead up to 10 now for the Mavs.
I don't know what's happening defensively, but they're not putting up any resistance.
Simons surveying the D. Got it off in time. And so it's Dallas with a 10. All right, David, thank you. We'll be back after halftime for the start of the third quarter.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Welcome back. Dallas has the edge here at halftime. They lead by 10. And that'll...
We played through the first half. Plenty of basketball, though, left in this one. Dallas leading by 10.
Now, you know, Anthony's getting more floor time last season. He worked his way into the Blazers' rotation. He's still young, though. It seems like he can carve a rollout on this team.
Here's who Rick Carlisle is starting the second half with. They've got Marjanovic, Josh Richardson out there with Doncic. And there's Porzingis, and it's Finney-Smith in at the 3 slot. Dallas shooting has been just outrageous, 64% from the field to this point. Oh, wow.
And how about the vision there from Doncic? Can make the easy pass and also the difficult one.
Lillard fires away from way outside. And plenty of contact on the shot. So 2 free throws coming up. First trip to the free throw line for him in this one. That's good from Cantor. And he makes both free throws.
One of my favorite trash talkers in the NBA, Cantor, never really shies away from taking jabs at opponents. And I think his teammates like that.
Richardson the pass to Doncic. Back to Richardson. Dallas moving it around. And good that time. Porzingis has got 10 points in the game.
And with the lead, I like the strategy here. Continue to get the ball to guys who can do something with it.
You have to go to your best scorers. I mean, it's a smart strategy, and so far, it's paying off in this game.
Here's Richardson over McCollum. 2 free throws coming up, and it looks like, yep, it's a coach's challenge on the personal foul. That triggers a replay review by the official.
And this is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Greg, indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replays, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving at. And how fast the action really is, and how hard it can be sometimes, you know, Greg, to make the right call. And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, you know, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. Double checking, and the game continues on.
And a deep 3 from Lillard. Portland no good that time either.
He has shot them in the foot with his inability to make shots tonight.
Got that bucket in no time at all. He's got 8.
Well-rounded effort, and they show no signs of letting up.
Yeah, and it hasn't just been the offensive output. They're putting in the work at the defensive end as well.
And the basket by Lillard.
Finally, they get one to drop. That's one of their first 4 here in the third.
Doncic outside. In the corner, Marjanovic with it. Doncic finds Marjanovic. Out of hand on it.
We don't talk much about his defense. I mean, Kanter has been much maligned for his work at that end. He's been making a better effort.
Lillard, the pass to McCollum. Back to Lillard. From deep three-point range, Porzingis with the rebound. Porzingis has got 5 rebounds tonight. Doncic outside. Richardson the pass to Porzingis. Trying to get open is Marjanovic. And it's Porzingis that time on the assist by Richardson.
Oh, yeah, high IQ basketball from Richardson. Values the easy assist over a risky shot.
Lillard way outside. Lillard again missing.
No doubt it's been a bit of a struggle for him here in this quarter in terms of scoring.
Porzingis kicks to Finney-Smith. Porzingis inside. Foul on him. No one near Marjanovic as he lets it go. Nice open look, but it's no good. And here's McCollum for 3. Portland no good that time either. And so Doncic will bring it up for Dallas. Since halftime, they've only allowed 5 points. Richardson the pass to Porzingis. Shoots over Kanter. Off the left rim and out. Trailblazers trail by 15. And a deep 3 from Lillard. Again, the miss by the Trailblazers.
And he has been ice cold from beyond the arc here since halftime, and he continues yet to fire away. He has got to tone it down if he wants to help his team.
Marjanovic passes to Doncic. Marjanovic, no good.
He gets the playground jumper and can't make good on it. You don't get many chances easier than that.
It's McCollum on the wing, guarded by Doncic. Shot clock at 6. Three-pointer, Lillard. And the rebound goes to the Mavericks.
Gets the look he wants and still no luck. Tough night for him.
He gets it in there.
His energy level has never dropped in this game. I mean, he's working his tail off. And the D is struggling to keep up.
Time called here. The Blazers decide to talk it over. Porzingis with a strong contribution so far in this one.
There should only be one thing they're talking about in this timeout. Trying to deny him the ball in the paint before he does any more damage.
So Portland ends up going with the new group.
Okay, listen, you got to body him up when he's in the paint. If you play off of him, then that's just 2 easy points.
Now here's Brunson. He has 6. Powell kicks to Brunson. Powell the pass to Brunson. Another shot. Jacks up a 3. The shot will not fall. Trailblazers trail by 15. Here's Simons. Sinks the triple. Simons has got 5 points in the quarter.
But he doesn't have a clear path to the hoop, so why not? I mean, pull up and bury the 3 in transition.
Here's Brunson. A big-time effort for Porzingis, providing a lot of energy for the Dallas Mavericks. And let's take now this moment to bring up our State Farm assist of the game.
Just true artistry right there. I mean, great decision on where to go with the ball, and how about the perfect delivery?
How about the unselfishness? Night in and night out, we see guys trying to force their own agenda. Not that time.
And we reach the 4th quarter in a game that may be already out of hand. Anthony is out there with Derek Jones. Then there's Norman Powell. Then it's Robert Covington, and it's McCollum in at the point. That's the group in the game for the Trailblazers.
Solid rebound there, and with the score like it is, that's an area where they can't afford to get lazy. Not a lot of resistance on the inside, and they're taking full advantage.
And a wide open look for McCollum. Bangs home the trifecta. McCollum's got himself going with the triple, his first basket of the game. Burke looking over the floor. Outside, Redick. Outside, Porzingis. It's stolen by Anthony. Jones kicks to Powell. And that comes off the assist by Jones.
I mean, it's time for him to take over. He's played it cool long enough. And I think he realizes that.
McCollum against Brunson. It's to Porzingis. Dallas moving it around. Brunson the pass to Hardaway. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws.
And with the offense getting right to the rim, at least they saved the layup.
An almost entirely new group here for Portland. Giles checked in for Robert Covington. Hollis Jefferson comes in for Jones. Little, he's checked in for Norman Powell. And it's Simons in for C.J. McCollum. Then for the Mavericks, Powell, he's checked in for Porzingis. Willie Cauley-Stein comes in for Burke. And it's Maxi Kleber in for J.J. Redick. Here's Simons. And another 3 for Portland.
It's been this way since halftime. Tremendous production from beyond the arc.
Yeah, and they aren't just chucking up anything. I mean, they're doing a great job of creating quality looks.
Brunson, good. And the Mavericks lead by 10. And we're about 2 minutes into the 4th quarter now. Here's Simons. In the corner, it's Little. There's the pass to Giles. Here's Simons. Brunson covering. Knocks it loose. And that goes out of bounds. Last touch by Cauley-Stein. Shot clock at 3. Portland needs to get off a shot. Cantor's shot is off.
A slight rebound advantage for them. One more column in their favor, and it's all adding up.
Brunson kicks to Powell. Pass to Brunson. Passes to Powell. Here's Cauley-Stein. Guarded by Powell. Dallas needs to get off a shot. And they force the shot clock violation. Great D. Trailblazers trail by 10. And a deep 3 from Lillard. Trailblazers keep it alive. McCollum dishes to Powell. Pass to Lillard. Pass to Nurkic. Second chance shot. The shot's good. Nurkic has got it back down to a single-digit deficit for the Trailblazers. 1:49 left to play here in the 4th. Brunson the pass to Hardaway. It's tipped. And it's the Trailblazers on the break. Fouled in the active shot. And so the coach's challenge here comes into play. The coach protesting the personal foul call.
And I think when it comes to some of the more difficult calls to make, personal fouls can be tough. The action is so fast that it's really tough to catch everything in real time.
The wonders of technology, Greg. We've seen replay reviews so effectively, and involving the coaches by being able now to challenge like this is something a lot of people have been hoping for. And the announcement on the review is that the foul was called in error. So they have determined, Greg, to overrule the original call.
And guys, this is what it's all about, getting the call right. And I think in this case, the video reviews showed that while it was a tough call to make on the floor, they got it right with the review.
And what unselfish play from Lillard. This guy's no problem giving it up, especially when his teammate's wide open.
And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. Good on the first, and that makes it a 7-point lead. And so he drops them both. It's an 8-point game. Portland's gotten off 4 3-pointers in the final quarter, and 2 of them have fallen. Lillard fires away from way outside. The long-distance 3 is buried.
Gotta admire the passion Lillard plays with. He knows he loves having the ball in his hands.
54 seconds left in the game. Doncic against Lillard. Marjanovic passes to Doncic. Here's Finney-Smith. But they recover it. Dallas, no good that time either. And oh, here we go. McCollum's got it. The fast break chance. 3-pointer, Lillard. That shot off the mark. And the Mavericks going the other way now. 17 points was their biggest margin. Marjanovic down low. He's covered by Cantor. Doncic kicks to Finney-Smith. Doncic passes to Richardson. Out to Doncic. From past the arc. He's off on that one. And so it's Dallas winning this one. David, thank you as always. And that about wraps it up.